everybody. Ladies and gentlemen of the congregation. All right, there we go. That's what I was trying to start us off with because, but everybody just kept on talking. So, I guess I'll just go ahead and tell everybody the big secret I told you. No, I'm not. I'm not going to tell everybody the secret. I'm not going to tell it.
It's a secret.
It's a secret. Why would I tell everybody? Yeah.
Everyone.
I'm not going to tell anybody.
You told us.
Yeah, I'm going to tell y'all because it's you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're going to keep your mouth shut, or I'm not going to cast any
Of course.
Or I'm not going to. Well, Shim has already cast.
Well, Shim's already cast. He's got nothing to lose.
No,
Spill the beans.
Shim's got plenty to lose. I can recast. I'm a heartless bastard. Yeah.
It's true.
But no one could do so way better than Shim.
Oh, I appreciate that, but there are a lot of people who can do it and hear your voice. But, like I said,
Well, I mean, he said it, not me, so.
I happen to know a voice actor by the name of, he's got a golden. Everybody in the voiceover community calls him golden throated, but his name is Steve. And, yeah. And
like I said, there's no problem.
He voiced he voiced a dude called Spike Spiegel, and I guarantee you, I guarantee you he could voice Shim, like
he could voice me doing his voice.
Yes,
he could voice Shim.
You don't need to be here today.
He could really voice Shim. He'd cost a hell of a lot more. Steve Bloom.
Steve the Tempest.
Steve Bloom.
Unless all of a sudden he gets like one line per like 10 episodes now.
Steve of the Tempest Wolf. Steve. No.
$100 per line.
$100 per word. Jesus Christ. Fuck.
Damn.
There goes the entirety of our budget right there. We need a lot more patrons
just for him.
We need a Patreon just for Steve Bloom. No, Shim wouldn't say words about our secrets because Shim is trustworthy. And you guys won't say words about our secrets because you want to continue to be cast in things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. Are we still doing the reaction stuff tomorrow?
And because you don't want your tongues cut out.
He can do that. He knows where you live, kinda, except not really.
I mean, I can find out. I have friends on the deep state side.
One boat trip, I'm across the border now.
Intercontinental ballistic missile button.
Intercontinental ballistic missile breakfast.
Intercontinental ballistic missile. No.
This great sage is activating
yes, we are. We are doing reactions tomorrow. So back here on this channel. Thank you for the reminder. It's 6 p.m. Central Time, I believe.
I actually forgot.
6 p.m.
6 p.m. Central Time. You can join us if you want, Shim. I don't know if you're busy or not though.
We'll have to see. I get home kind of late, so
these chuckleheads. It's 6 p.m. Central Time, so it's 7 p.m. Eastern.
7 p.m. Fuck. Brain no do right time.
6
thing.
p.m.
It's not an hour. Time. It's not an hour backwards. It's an hour forward for you. It's 1 hour ahead. It's 1 hour. It's 1 hour in the future, not 1 hour in the past.
But it's 2 hours in the past.
So it's back to the future. So yeah.
By 2 hours.
This baby hits 88 miles per hour.
You can see some serious shit.
Yo,
like a
slingshot.
Like if you've eaten a really bad taco, you're gonna see some serious shit. But yeah, we're gonna be here tomorrow with some reactions. At the very least, these two chuckleheads are gonna be here with me for the very first time. They're gonna be watching Log Horizon Abridged. So we're gonna be sitting here. I'm going to be screen sharing with them. We're going to be watching Log Horizon Abridged episodes probably 1 through 6 at the very least, possibly 7.
Yeah.
We'll probably be able to get through 7, no problem. I'm going to go ahead and apologize right now for episode 4. It is probably our worst episode.
We'll save the apology for tomorrow because I'm not going to remember that.
Well, no, I'm going to apologize in advance. I'm going to apologize today and tomorrow for episode 4, man. Sure. It is our worst episode. The audio, I'm going to apologize for episode 4 because I'm the one that worked mostly on the audio for episode 4, and I'm not good at the audio. I got paid for the audio. I probably shouldn't have. I'm going to be 100% honest. The audio wasn't the greatest. I did what I could.
Pay?
It was, no. But I did what I could.
Okay, well, it even evens out.
I mean,
we get what we pay.
I got, yeah. To be fair, yeah. I did what I could with it. It wasn't amazing, but you know, I did what I could.
At least there
With
was
the
an
time
attempt.
frame, there was an attempt. There was an attempt. It wasn't the greatest attempt. I did what I could with it. I tried my best with the technology that I had at the time. For running off of a really shit dying old laptop, I think I did what I could. On a laptop that
sometimes
was
that's all you
6-7 years out of date with programs that it could barely run. Yeah, I did what I could. I did the best I could with what I had.
I actually just had to do a clean install of Windows today.
And keep in mind, when I was working on that episode, that was... When did that episode come out? Oh, God. Was that 2018? So that's 6 years ago.
Wait, don't.
Horizon.
Holy
Don't-
shit.
4.
No, that was. You said 2018.
4 years ago.
2018. 6 years
Yeah,
ago.
2018.
Yeah. No, that
No, it
was.
says 4 years.
4 years? Okay. Jesus.
I
yeah,
was
4
like,
years.
I don't think it's that long.
Shut up. No.
I was just like, math.
No. When you take 2020 into account, that's 6 years
Okay.
ago, because 2020 was a whole 2 years in one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 21
Feels
wasn't
like
even
a-
a thing. It was just an extension of 2020.
2020 was just 2 whole years that just felt it was legally it was 1 year, but like it was really just 2 just crammed in there.
Basically,
honestly,
they
yeah,
took
you're
the 1 and
fucking
taped
wrong.
it over the 0.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Imagine
They
if
thought we
Goku
wouldn't
gave,
notice, but everyone was all like, "It's still." Okay.
It's still
You know when Goku gave Cell that sensu bean? Imagine that for 2020.
Sensubin! Dude, I don't remember when did we actually start? Jesus Christ. Cause
As
all right,
Fat Dog or just Log Horizon?
I don't remember because like all right, so episode 10 we dropped in 2020. We dropped episode 10 in 2020. I don't remember when I'm going to have to actually go to the actual Fat Dog site now. I'm going to have to go onto Fat Dog.
That'll be interesting.
I'm going to have to actually go onto Fat Dog and look these up.
You have to research your own stuff.
I've
Just
slept since
because
then.
you make it doesn't mean you are keeping track of every damn thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Dude, do you know how many? Dude, I don't even remember. I think we released episode 3 of Slime in 2020 at the end of... Episode 3 of Slime, I think it dropped it around the end of 2019. And Goblin Slayer Abridged, we dropped at the end of 2019. Because, like, we were getting, like... The beginning of 2020. Dude, I barely remember this. Remember, here's how crazy 2020 was. All right, remember 2020 started with Australia being on fire.
Yep. So it's like good.
The last good news we had in 2020 was the Sonic movie in February.
Oh
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then literally that March just world stopped.
Like a fucking
Yeah,
brick.
it's
Yeah.
like-
I
Hey,
saw my
Australia's on
parents.
fire. Oh,
I
no.
visited my
Hey, someone
parents
got
in
sick in
Texas.
China.
I
Okay.
visited my parents in Texas for my mom's birthday because it was Valentine's Day. And I visited my mom and my dad, and then I drove with my mom back up here to visit my brother, and then my mom came over, and my mom came over and visited, and I did reactions with my mom. Like I made reaction videos with my mom. Like I streamed with my mom. She reacted to The Last of Us. I played The Last of Us, and she watched that, watched me play that, and she got to experience The Last of Us. And I was like, yeah. And we were talking about that, and I was like, because my mom likes The Mandalorian, and I go, okay, the guy that plays The Mandalorian is gonna be Joel from this in that. And so she was like, I can't wait to see that. This is so good. Yeah, I was like, oh my God, this is going to be really good. You're going to like it. It's just like, that's so cool. And then I introduced her to My Hero Academia, and she really liked that. And I showed her a couple episodes of Dr. Stone, and she liked that. And so, yeah, there was that stuff. And I was like, Mom, you like sports stuff. Because my mom's really into sports. And I was trying to tell her my mom would really love Haikyuu. She doesn't know anything about volleyball, but she would love Haikyuu. And I'm like, Mom, you would fucking love this show. But yeah,
I think I managed to get my dad to watch like basically like a playthrough of Last of Us, he did not make it past the prologue.
Was he like bored, or was he just like?
No, he just couldn't. No, he's like, he became an emotional mess.
Oh.
He's a big
Gotcha.
dude. He's a bit, he's not like, mopey or anything. It's just that one scene. It's like, no.
It's just very emotional.
Yeah, June
Couldn't do it
8th,
after that.
2018 is when episode 4 came out.
I think I can probably now make him rewatch.
I think
like, after that.
2016. I think 2016 is when we first dropped episode 1 of Log Horizon, because I think April 1st is
That would've been
when
6 years.
we had to start working on Log Horizon, because I think that's when they announced Tiba. So Tiba's like 6 years ago or something. I can't remember. But yeah, like, man, we worked on that a long time ago. God damn it. I really want to. Okay, so Ryuma. I'm just getting rid of Nightbot stuff. 3 has been confirmed. Praise Ryuma. Maybe Arceus had a little help. Yeah, we talked about that yesterday, actually. Moon, myself, and
Fenris.
Fenris. Thank you. I was
Who
like,
keeps
it's a
calling?
wolf name. Ring, 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 a ling.
Ring. I just imagine that, but instead it's Rimuru instead.
Literally, I got woken up this afternoon, I guess, by Chris Sabat. Just a phone call is here, and I'm like, what the fuck? Who is waking me up?
Call is here.
Who is
Chris
waking?
Sabat is calling you. Why are you calling me this early?
Bruh, I've watched too much. I've had too much research, and I've watched too much of a particular VTuber, because like in my dreams, all I'm thinking about is fucking Booby and Iron Mouse arguing with each other, and then there's like Connor and Nyanners, and like that whole community is like that's what's in my mind, and I'm like, I'm waking up to All Might on my phone, and And I'm just like, my entire VTuber community is just yelling at All Might. And I'm like, bruh.
On your phone, no less. So it's like, why are you guys here?
And for those who are like suddenly sitting here going, why is there an entire VTuber community in your head? Why are you researching VTuber community? I was like, it's a secret that I can't talk about, but like there's something about VTubers that's going to be in season 2 that I can't talk about, but I already pitched it to these guys and they've loved it. So I'm here for it.
It's cool.
If we tell you,
The fact that they were happy,
the
fact that they were happy about it, I see what you did there. That's great. The fact that these guys were so excited about that makes me happy. I'm like, yay. All right. I like that they like it. Cool. I just thought maybe I'm being stupid and it's not funny, or nobody's going to like it.
great.
As soon as I said that,
Funny. No one cares.
yee. I'm very happy about that. I like that people like it. Cause I already knew that if I pitched it to Tony was going to be like, who? Cause Tony doesn't pay attention to anything. Markiplier is going to be a Markiplier is going to be a VTuber, please.
No, he's gonna have
has the money to do that.
Which
if
is
he wanted
hilarious.
Yes.
Which is hilarious because I love this because this is something I recently learned.
His tasteful.
All right, I find these two things to be hilarious. Okay, because these are things that I learned from watching like her Speak of the Devil show. Her like yes, this is the typical thing that we do. It's already 8:30. I've wasted so much time. We usually spend the first 30 minutes not doing the show.
It's fine. It just means there's more to look forward
her
to.
Her show,
later.
Speak of the Devil. All right, this is her favorite interview that I've enjoyed because it's so representative of me. I love her her interview that she did with Jessica Negri, because Jessica Negri is just me, is basically just me with tits, because like, and the ability to actually cosplay. Like Jessica Negri is basically me with like female me, but with the ability to actually
Just
like
for female
cosplay.
doppelganger.
Yeah, female doppelganger me, but with like the
Jessica
ability
Ricci.
to actually make me Jessica Ricci. Yes, with the ability to cosplay.
Concept.
But like her ADHD is 100% me. She is 100% me as a spaz. But this is what I love about the duality of man, if you were to put it this way. If you want to talk about the duality of man, this is how you get it from Iron Mouse. Iron Mouse is fucking terrified of space.
Like In
I mean,
general?
it is an empty
Yes,
void when you
Yeah.
think about it.
100%. 100% is fucking terrified of space. Is the biggest goddamn Predator fan.
I mean, it kind of lines up.
She is going full on talking about the lore of the watch and stuff and everything and talking about the predators. She loves talking about the predators and all the different variants of the predator species. And yet I was watching her talking with Chris abroad, from abroad in Japan, Chris from abroad in Japan. One of my favorite fan arts ever is like this abroad in Japan fan art, this little robot version of abroad in Japan where it like opens up and it turns out it's Iron Mouse inside this robot version of abroad in Japan and she's just eating ramen. it's the cutest thing. And in the background is Connor just confused, hair's like one of the old versions of him with the hair that's all a mess. He's just very confused.
Get out of here, Connor. Get out. Get out of here.
I'm laughing so hard. It was so good. I loved it. I love her. Yes, I love her new demon mom. New demon mom kind of model that she has. Her new VTuber model.
Good.
I do like the change that she had, where she had like the scary skeleton model that's by her sides, and now that she has like the kind of cuter little ones. I love that her mom was like so weirded out by it at first, and now her mom just kind of embraces it, and she's just like, don't tell your dad about your lore. Like, don't tell your dad you're Satan. Don't tell your dad you're Satan. I love the whole thing of like the harder, the stronger, like more like pushed into their Catholic religion, like more religious forced kind of person they are, like the more strongly religious household forced upbringing they have, the like more like the more forced religious upbringing they have, the more like hard demon monster like fucking crazy VTuber they are. Like that shit, they go wild with that shit. I'm like, all right, yep.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, my whole thing is like, fuck, if I was gonna be a VTuber, what would I be? I immediately started thinking about this. I was like, what would my lure be if I were going to break into that kind of scene? And I'm like, fuck.
It's kind of hard, too, because like
based
male
on that,
VTubers aren't that super popular.
Based on that, I already know what I'd want to be. Based on that, I already know what I'd want to be. I'd want to be a god of knowledge.
Animated.
No, I'd want to be a god of knowledge. I just want to be like...
because Great Sage.
No, not even that. Well, I mean, it kind of works that way. It kind of fits into kind of the mythos and the lore of that.
There.
Well, the connection's there. It'd just be kind of like a little, you know, I'd be probably
like
a little more, have a little bit more pomp.
Like
I think I'd be kind of probably a little bit more fit, have kind of like the open V kind of. Not like I wouldn't be showing off the abs, but have kind of like the V. You wouldn't get to the belly button or anything. No, not a toga.
You do like a Greek kind of toga thing with like a globe.
Just the V. Just the V thing. I wouldn't have like wings or anything, but I'd just kind of be like ethereally floating, legs crossed, reading a book, kind of like the half down glasses kind of thing. And just kind of floating, reading, and just having books flying by with like a floating cup and a saucer that I could kind of pick up from time to time, and it'd just be like talking, you know, just chill, you know. That would be my whole thing. My whole thing would be just kind of like the chill vibe. It would basically be like I would have hair. I would not be bald. Fuck that. I would have long hair. Long goddamn
glorious locks.
Motherfucker, I would have the flowing Sephiroth hair. The Sephiroth goddamn hair. Yes.
Can I share stuff?
But you're just knowledge bait.
Somebody draw this goddamn thing for me.
I mean, I could try.
Make the model
if you wanted me to.
Art commission right goddamn now. Where are my VTuber models at? All right.
Dude, did I? Okay, this is our super quick
I'm making jokes. I'm making jokes, but yeah, I'm for it. Yeah.
Okay, so
All
like,
one
this is a really quick
year,
sketch,
he's
but this was
presented
like...
with a model.
Oh,
I thought
no.
about this quite a bit, and I was like, man, if I was gonna make a VTuber, it would be kind of like a mecha dude, and
Uh-huh.
he kind of look like that. So I thought it'd be kind of cool. This is just like a super rough sketch, but I thought it'd be kind of cool. And he'd have like different faces in like the visor, and he'd have like a cape, and he'd
Oh,
only
it kind
play
of be like
like
No
Soundwave
capes!
in a way from Transformers
yeah. So
Prime.
he'd just be like,
No
he'd have a
capes.
voice like
No,
yeah, like no
I
capes,
don't-
but then he'd be like, oh hello peons, it is I, something like that.
Shut
Like a
up.
really cool
You know
deep
what?
voice.
I would do
Shia LaBeouf.
one better. Instead, it would just be the sound bar, like the sound wave, and then every time you talk, it just goes up.
Dude,
Ooh.
here's my reason for why I would want to be the god of knowledge.
What's up, Richie?
The only reason I would want to be the god of knowledge is just so I could be the absolute foil to Booby.
Mm-hmm.
That is my whole reason for existing. It's just so I could be the absolute foil to Booby. I'd be the most chill, relaxed, everything, and then when Booby comes on, I would just want to be like the happy opposite tone. He's like, I am Beelzebub, Inocria, Decrulium, Prince, the opposite of divine, blah blah blah. He does this whole spiel, and I'm just like, oh Booby, like,
Like,
it's,
Oh, Booby.
oh Booby,
You're
and it's,
such a boo.
and he's like,
guess
he's
I
just
can-
drinking his wine, and it's like, he's just sitting there drinking wine, and he's like, oh, that's right, you have what you like to call a sophisticated palate. I drink real drink. It's like, we drink real drinks. It's like, oh, Mouse, have you had this? This is so good. So here, I like to have, okay, so what's in my cup isn't actually tea.
That's kind of what I'm thinking,
It's
Shem.
beautiful. I like to have a drop of life essence. Okay, now listen here, humans. I know.
Hear me out.
Now listen, humans. 1 drop of life essence from the planet is equal to a fallen leaf. I don't want to hear any bitching from humanity. You have burned down entire forests in the name of a Big Mac. Shut up.
yeah. Hold on.
I think they're actually running a special for Big Macs.
I don't want to hear it after all of the acres of the Amazon rainforest you have destroyed in the name of McDonald's. Anyway,
It's
one drop
Said.
of the planet's life essence, just a small squeeze, maybe a pinch of knowledge, followed by 8 ounces of Irish whiskey, a splash of Kentucky bourbon, and I'd say 2 shots of Puerto Rican rum.
Did I?
And that's what's in this teacup.
Right,
Oh, and
know,
and just a
waiting for
little
the
bit of
really
lime,
weird-
and just a small wedge of lime, and it is just divine. So of course, Booby wouldn't drink it because the opposite of divine, you know.
Do you want to see
You're
the
gonna
sketch of
hate
what I
this.
immediately
Oh, yeah,
thought
yeah,
of
yeah.
when I was
Yeah.
Here's your VTuber very, very rough sketch idea.
I
thought it
wasn't
was like-
picturing facial hair, but I'm absolutely for it.
I don't know. I thought it'd be kind
beard.
of cool.
Gloomy?
Like pointy ears. He's got like long
Oh
hair.
yeah,
he's got, like, a
absolutely
globe in his
pointy
fucking
ears. I'm
hand.
for it.
The
I'm for it.
turban, though.
I fucking hate drawing legs, so I was like, "Fuck it." He just.
I didn't think
but,
about
you
the
know.
hair tied up. I thought it would just be
Yeah. I don't know.
falling back. Yeah.
Like you have
Yeah, that
strands
works. I don't
going
know.
out his
That's just,
shoulders.
I could
and
probably do
whatnot.
like a more advanced
But-
sketch of this,
but
this is
there's-
immediately what
But
came to
no,
mind,
no,
so-
no. I actually like the hair tied up. There's so many different. Thinking about it, there's so many different things that you could do with the hair. That's so cool.
Yeah, see, there's a collab stream right now. Oh, Esteban, you are fucking.
If I didn't have
you look
such
ravishing.
shit
Now
internet,
make
man.
them kiss.
Oh,
Oh no! Oh no!
oh, I
Ship them together. Make them kiss.
God damn it,
No
Moon!
kiss.
Moon, we're
You
gonna
will
start a
not kiss me
VTuber
like a
community.
weirdo.
Look what we've done.
I'm okay with this. My problem is I have 3 ideas for a VTuber, all
Oh, I
based
can-
on shit I love.
Oh,
One
sure,
would
I
have to
can
be
get
like some
started.
kind of Pokemon crossover. One would be a
I'd
Splatoon
do
crossover,
Snorlax, probably.
and
yeah,
one
sure.
would be a pony.
Okay, guys.
Yeah, that's
So
fine.
starting very soon, starting very very soon, Moon's reactions are very very soon going to become VTuber reactions.
That could be cool.
I don't have the stuff for that. If I did, it'd be fun though. It would be great.
Oh yeah.
So
Right.
very soon, once
Yeah, can you imagine?
Konosuba's over, they'll become VTuber reaction.
I need to get models. I need
mean,
to.
you can
I
do,
don't-
So your Patreon money is
do
going to
Roy.
help fund this. No.
Oh
You can
boy.
do V-Roy.
Oh
I kind of
boy.
want to do V-Roy, but
You can choose who you fund the model for first.
All right, but for reals, we got to get back to reading.
there.
We'll
It's
never
a
get done
super
with
rough
this.
version of your
Oh
pony one.
no.
His model.
Hey everybody, it's me.
It's
Oh, look,
smooth.
hey.
Works.
I would be a unicorn, thank you.
Fine.
Oh yeah,
Break my
drop
leg.
the unicorn on his head.
Three
Call it a
hours.
day.
There we go.
Much better.
Wait, you should be smiling. There we go. That's perfect. He's happy.
That's better.
Yeah.
That's born.
Yeah, see, we have a whole fucking collab stream right here.
Where's
fucking
his
dragon
Where's his
born.
back half?
Oh no.
Why? Is
It's
it on
just-
the other
it's
side of the
VTuber power
moon?
show right now.
Everybody,
Oh,
It's my
no.
friends.
Oh
I
no.
don't know.
Now
Ponies
cue
talk.
the rule 34.
Oh no.
no. Thank you for inviting me
Post
onto
them
your
to the
stream.
Discord for the
It is
laughs.
I,
No.
Richius, breaker of knowledge.
No.
And I am Esteban, angry robot man of the north. We are best friends.
Oh God, no.
Yep. Hey guys.
Oh
I hope-
God. Oh,
Hope we can all
God.
get along and be good friends.
I don't know how to do this,
Oh, this is gonna-
anymore.
It's gonna be good. I'm telling you, it's gonna be great, man.
Oh, it's gonna be
You
wonderful.
gotta make it short or something out of that.
Oh,
Should probably do something on V-Roy.
shit. Yeah.
That having been said,
Oh, I'm down for this. I don't give a fuck anymore.
ladies and gentlemen of the congregation, please open your holy books of Remeruism to page 82 of the physical edition.
All right.
Deacon Shim, what is the Kindle version page?
Page 85, my lord.
Okay.
Oh wait, hold on. Page 85, my lord.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, God damn it. Okay, so what is the page they should
Oh, it
be
was one
turning
thing
to on the
Bookwalker.
on Bookwalker?
95.
Okay. Shim, take it away.
Okay. It was only a short exchange, but it still exhausted me. Oh, this is Remer. Fortunately, Almizia was now distracting people's attention away from me, so I decided to kick back in the tatami mat section. I'd assumed this would be a chill little open invite event, but now I had some real power brokers in here. Man, I'm beat. About to get swallowed up. Oh wait, this is Gazo. About to get swallowed up, aren't you? Better keep yourself sharp, or else that old Gazo stopped himself. He's taking a swig from his chilled sake to change the subject. I'm guessing the even chillier stare from Almizia was the reason. I'm sure I wanted to know what he almost said there, although I could venture a guess. The good thing he didn't finish that sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Elves have pretty good hearing, and loose lips sink ships, as they say. I'll need to be careful too. But regardless, time to unwind. I toasted with Gazo and Yom, opening things up with some chit-chat. Unfortunately, I couldn't relax for long. There was further commotion at the entrance, another celebrity appearance by the sound of it. Looks like you finally showed up. Looks like she's finally showed up. She sure has, I replied to Shion with a nod. I was worried she'd be too late before long. I prepared to give my goodbyes and stand back up. Oh, Milim's here? Yom said, recognizing her. Man, she's painting up all pretty, tonight, huh? Ever since they had a bit of a tussle, Yom had kindled something of a dislike for Milim. The fact that he managed to keep it just to dislike probably spoke volumes about his personality. No way any normal person would speak of a demon lord as painted up like that. I don't think. I really had to hand it to him. I see. Bring in the demon lords, huh? Gazo's eyes were sharpened on Milim as well, but it took Yom to tell who she was. And I'm sure a few other faces by the door were familiar to him. After all, she was being led in by members of my own staff, Benimaru, Diablo, Geld, and Gabiru. Now the Dwarf King looked nervous. And why not? This quartet was guiding 10 people inside, Milim included. She was taking the lead with 2 attendants on either side. A bald man named Midre, the head priest of the Dragon Faithful and a fighter worthy enough to earn praise from Benimaru. The other robed attendant was more easygoing. That must have been Hermes, the guy Gabriel had fought against. Behind this trio were 2 former demon lords, Carrion the Beastmaster and Frey the Sky Queen. Carrion looked just as majestic as always, and Frey was in a dress I could only describe as provocative, turning heads all across the hall. Both of them, to be sure, struck an almighty presence. Trailing Carrion were the 3 Beastketeers. Say, this was the first time I'd see Phobio in a while. He looked a bit thinner than before, but I was glad he was well. Frey, meanwhile, was attended by a pair of beautiful identical twins, their
Welcome,
blonde and silver hair suiting them all. Or
Callie
what?
from the Valley.
Oh, God. Okay.
Yes.
Like, I had heard of them. They were called, like, the Twin Wings or some shit for closest servants. I hadn't realized they were actual twins, but I was sure they were 2 powerhouses in a fight. In this, like, group, we had, like, a set of massively powerful rulers, all declaring Milim to be their own new queen. Yas. Jesus.
Yes.
Yes.
Nobody could hide their nerves around them. I can see why.
Shia LaBeouf.
She's slayed.
All right, you're
Fucking
good.
Jesus. Yep. I told Gazo as I stood up to greet him. I'm gonna go say hello. The moment Milim saw me, she burst into a broad smile. The day's finally here, she shouted. Can't wait to see the kind of food that'll make Midre moan with excitement.
God damn it.
Who says that?
Why she have to say it like that?
Man, I can't wait to see him.
Also,
That's
also,
why.
do you see the picture? Do you see the picture?
Hold on,
No,
no,
what's
I haven't
the
seen it
picture?
yet.
Do you
Oh
see
my
the
Oh,
God.
yeah, there it is.
Oh,
Do you-
look at that.
do you do you see why I said this is the character that needs to take over this persona?
Yeah.
Do you see it now?
It
I
would
see
be
it.
so perfect.
Moan with excitement. Sob on. Okay.
I'd imagine like when you first said that paragraph with her like laughing or whatever. I'd imagine like, what is she, a freaking Saturday morning villain for Rimuru here? What's going on here?
Yes. Yes.
What? That's the laugh.
She's the Saturday morning villain who's
Or was
not
that your
actually a
best
villain,
M.
but she
Bison?
does it anyway.
Yes.
Yes.
Anyway,
You all right, Doug?
good.
Would you
Not
say your
not a problem.
plan is to rule the world?
What?
Would you say your plan is to rule the world?
Yeah.
Of course.
Let's see.
How are you
Something
gonna
of
do that
Saturday
with
morning
$1 billion?
cartoons. Oh, that's okay. That's Rimuru.
I
Not a
mean,
problem.
look. I mean,
Sorry.
look at her in comparison to everybody else that's in the frame of this picture.
I know.
She's,
Everyone,
guy
she
behind
just,
her
she
is
just
all-
stands out.
I
It's
mean,
like-
first off,
Oh.
that's Carrion,
Mm.
and
Why
secondly,
does he look like that?
and secondly,
That does not look like
and
Tyrion.
secondly, does she not look like a tiny gremlin?
Oh,
She kind
she's
of looks
adorable.
like a tiny
She's
Sailor
absolutely-
Moon cosplayer.
Oh,
Does
she
she not
needs-
look like a gremlin?
She does. She's just a...
Yeah.
Fitting. Fitting.
Yes, very fitting.
I hope it's
All
not
right.
after midnight.
Oh God.
One can
Can't
only
feed her.
hope.
No, that's a
Hold her
mogwai.
back.
That's a mogwai, not a gremlin. Gremlins.
Mogwais turn into gremlins.
No,
It's same difference, really.
no, it's not. It's not the same thing.
It's not.
No, mogwais are not gremlins, and you
They're
can't.
not the same species.
These are not the same.
Is
one
this like an
turns into-
Alolan Pokemon thing?
One turns into the other. The other cannot become the
Oh.
other. It's like
Oh.
you can't reverse engineer a gremlin
They're
into a
related.
mogwai.
Oh,
Yeah, a mogwai. All right, all right. A gremlin cannot become a mogwai.
okay.
You can't reverse engineer. Or-
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
But Mogwai. I stole that from EC. I'm sorry.
that's pretty good. But Mog, what?
I was gonna say I'm gonna kill you, but now easy, I'm gonna kill you.
Good luck finding him. Only I know the secrets of where he is.
Somewhere in the UK.
Kill us both,
No.
Spock.
Ah, that narrows it
Thankfully,
down.
the UK is only like maybe half the size or 3/4 of the size of Georgia. I'll
like,
find
they-
him.
I'm gonna murder
Thankfully,
you.
That's
it's
like
only
a quarter of the planet
This
narrowed
many
down
from
to.
the U.S.
Bruh, EC, you shut the fuck up. Your whole country is the size of one state. I could see myself. I could see my way through running that without dotting my pince nez.
Also, he too is
Oh,
from
yeah.
the ook. Is it the uk or the ook?
What was it? What was it? I could see my way through running that without donning my pince nez. What else? What was it? So, what is that? Something about you bloated drunk old man. Why don't you do on over to a 12-step program? I'll bust you trust fund lush with my American muscle. So walk softly over here and get my big stick of sockles.
Good.
Yeah,
That was a good rap.
My favorite one was like, ooh, you should be ashamed of your military honor. Everyone knows you're back at home, like, thank God for Pearl Harbor.
Okay.
Oh Lord.
My parents died when they were young, and it was morbid. But at least they didn't ditch me while they were alive, like yours did. Oh shit! World War too soon? Well, Teddy's dropping bombs, so you best go hide in your tube. Damn, that shit was hard, dude. Oh
Yeah.
man, you should be ashamed of your military honor. Everyone knows you're back at home, like thank God for Pearl Harbor. I love that. Yeah.
That has to be from a rap versus video. Now I'm hearing it.
Yeah.
Epic rap battles of
It's
history.
epic rap battles of history. Theodore Roosevelt versus
I
Theodore
gotta watch
Roosevelt
that much, but I
versus
feel like that sounds so reminiscent.
Theodore Roosevelt versus Winston Churchill.
That's
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Winston Churchill. And honestly, Churchill got stomped by Roosevelt.
Sorry.
But hey, it was Dan Bull, and that was fun.
Dan Bull was
I
fun,
enjoyed
but
that.
Roosevelt got it fucking
Oh,
stomped.
for sure.
Rough riding down to Cuba like, what's up, bitches? God damn it. All right. How is Sonic never heard of epic rap battles of history? Good question.
No, I have. I just haven't watched it very much.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, we know
Watch
what the
more.
next reaction
I
set
watch
is.
other stuff on YouTube. I'm sorry.
I mean, honestly, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Let's see. Anyway,
All right.
not a problem. I replied, voice low. But isn't anyone angry with you? Milim had spent much of the lead up to this festival poking around my dungeon and generally avoiding Frey as much as possible. She had been there in town until yesterday, in fact, and they were all late arriving today. This suggested Frey was livid with her, and I was concerned about that. Oh, no worries there, she whispered back. I emphasized to Frey that I've built up my self-awareness as a ruler, so I was out protecting my territory the whole time, and she believed me. Judging by the sweat
did
running
she?
down her face and the way her eyes darted around, I had trouble believing her. Frey was an intuitive woman. Milim had been busy protecting the labyrinth floors I assigned to her, not any of her own lands. If Frey finds out, then I could be dragged in through no fault of my own. But for now,
No fault
I just
of
have
your
to
own.
believe in her. Oh, sorry, and through no fault of my own. But for
You're a
now,
liar.
No, I wasn't insulting you. I was just like, really?
Oh.
Bro, Rimuru, you
Really?
literally let it happen, which means you are at fault.
yeah, yep. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
he is in the deep doo doo right now.
Yeah. Hello, Rickalicious.
But- Hi.
Hi.
ELO's a good band.
Hi. ELO's a good band.
Yep. I. But for
God
now, I
damn it.
just have to
Sorry.
believe in her. It's okay. I'd have to, but no matter what, I wasn't involved, okay? Even if it means ditching Milim at the side of the road, you're still involved.
You were still very much involved.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you for inviting me today, Frey said after I was done with Milim. I apologize for our tardiness. Then she looked into my eyes. Lady Milim, she furtively continued, our new master was absent from my sight until this morning. It took some time to fit her for her ceremonial wear. Yes, I see. Well, I certainly don't mind it at all, so please enjoy yourselves for the next few days. I turned my eyes away from her
Ceremonial?
penetrating gaze. Yes, it's...
Blame daylight savings time for lateness.
Yep.
Well, we're in standard time now, which is the time we should have always been in. Fuck daylight savings time.
Mm-hmm. Well, wasn't that on the bill? Anyway. To,
Yeah,
like, get
no,
rid of it, but-
there's a bill that's out there that got passed that they put through the Senate. They were like, let's make daylight savings time permanent. And then with a loud voice, we all cried, no! But they passed it anyway, but it never went through the other house. So,
And everyone, and then they just said, "What? Don't you guys like phones?"
you guys not have phones?
They were like,
Did
but
the same
don't.
thing.
They were like, doesn't everybody like the sun? And we're like, you're an
Yeah,
idiot.
but
You're an idiot. Just start school later, dumbass.
so much problem. So
God,
much problem.
fucking damn it.
Anyway,
Morons. All of them.
morones. Mm.
Fucking idiots.
Uh,
Or, and I know this is a tough one.
Yes.
How about we all save a little more fuel consumption with more public transportation and less individual transportation?
Could be a novel idea.
Fucking idiots.
But I like my car.
I don't give a
But
shit.
you can drive it wherever you want. You can go wherever you want with that shit.
Yeah.
I don't want to wait on someone else's vehicle.
See,
But
now
carpooling
I'm
is
just
a thing.
imagining an Amazon-specific bus picking me up. I don't like that.
Who said anything about a
Like-
bus?
We could do like a
I
plane.
mean, that's
A
that's
train
public
is
transportation.
worse.
Sort of.
Do like a
Oh.
Bowser warship.
Who said anything about
Oh.
a train?
Who said anything about? Never mind.
I'm
That's what I
talking
view as
about-
public transportation.
I'd assume
Look,
bus with
it
public
is the
transportation.
year 2022. It is time to embrace the future. It is time for the Jetsons. It is time
Yes.
for.
Me,
Hill
George
comes
We
Rick-
ain't
Star
got none of that shit.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, we have the
Let's build the
technology.
future. He's a 2020 century man, and we don't even have the wizard.
We have the way of the Spacely Sprocket.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have time travel.
All right. Anyway.
Basically, sprocket. Anyway, I turned my eyes away from her penetrating gaze, talking my way out of my imagined predicament. As a slime, if I ever got nervous, it'd never be discernible on the outside. Now I feared my eye movements made my inner intentions bleedingly obvious. Whenever I dealt with anyone as intuitive as she was, I could never afford to look them in the eye. Oh, of course. Here I am, leaning on you to build an entire new... Oh, wait. Oh, that's her. Oh, of course. Here I am, leaning on you to build an entire new city for us. And now you've even invited me to this grand event. I have so much to thank you for. Picture. Frey smiled. The
Picture.
thanks helped me loosen up a bit. That was all it took to create new problems for myself. Well, I hope our food here is to your liking, and, yes. Are there any ingredients you can have? We do have chicken on the menu, but if that's a problem... It was only at that point that I realized the mistake I was making. Chicken? Tension cut across the air like an icicle. Oh no, I thought,
Oh
but it
no.
was too late. Sir Rimuru, are you equivocating myself with livestock? No, I didn't mean to. Bray was still smiling. The twin wings around her all but snarled at me. What a mistake. What did I just say? Loose lips do sink ships.
Link
Yeah, it
doesn't
just sunk
speak.
mine. Yes. But as I agonize over how to react... Oh man, Reamer, that was great. You're just the most incredible man ever. You calling Frey a bird. That's just brilliant.
You should use
failing to
stand-up.
read the room. You're a funny man, Mr. Rimuru. Carrion
What is that
failing to
supposed to
read the room.
mean?
God damn
Funny
it!
haha or funny weird?
He's
Let
just
him
very
finish the
screwed about
goddamn
it.
sentence.
I like good fellas.
Yeah. Carrion, failing to read the room one bit, burst out into laughter. Yeah, Milim respectively added, I could never do that. Stop it, guys. Quit giving me those sparkling, wonder-laden eyes of yours. May I ask
Oh,
what's so
no.
funny, Carrion? And you too, Milim. Now Frey was annoyed. I was clearly at fault. No, I'm sorry. That was a mistake on my part. I just thought you may not like poultry, but I guess I was overthinking matters. At a time like this, a humble apology is your best bet. Trying to cop an attitude could lead to even worse agreements or disagreements later. So I tried to calm Frey down as best I could, bowing my head despite everyone around me. She reacted to this with a look of surprise. Sir Rimuru, you're exactly the sort of person I hoped you'd be, or you might be. I realize you didn't intend to insult me, but I just wanted to test your reaction. Now I know. Seeing how you hold yourself has doubtlessly helped Lady Milim grow and mature as well. The composed smile returned to her face. Milim was no longer a tyrant. She wasn't exactly a benevolent ruler, no, but at least she was willing to listen to people a little more. And Frey must have thought I was the reason. So she used my mistake to test me a little bit. To test me a little. She must have hoped I was an example for her to follow. Bowing to her, then, was the correct answer. If Milim... Oh, this is breaking news.
Breaking the news.
Bowing to
no.
Hoden was the correct answer. If Milim was imitating me, after all, I should have expected Fway to test me. If I was a bad example for her, after all, she might have kept Milim from visiting me. I had to hand it to Fway. I thought she was a big, scary, big sister type. But
Sister type.
But she really was looking out for Milim.
In other news, war between Frey and Weebaroo has been avoided.
Yes,
God damn it.
basically.
I just imagined that Frey was like, for the record, I love chicken.
Who doesn't like
Especially the wings.
Yeah, chicken
Oh,
wing
yes.
and the drumsticks.
And the dwums.
Frey
And the
went on
massive
to speak,
breasts.
and I quote,
Breasts.
chicken wings are
breasts.
my favorite.
Good. As for bad examples, by the way, Carrion? What exactly was so... Oh, wait. Oh, that was...
Carrion.
By the way, Carrion, what exactly was so funny again? Would you mind explaining in a way I would understand? A wave of pressure crashed on Carrion's head. I could almost hear the sound of twisted metal when it hit home. Frey descended upon him with lightning speed, her graceful hand palming his entire head. In terms of muscle, Carrion could win out, but this eagle-like grip was definitely something Frey had over him. Wait a second! Seriously! Frey's arm was stiffened from her elbow to her fingertips. Her fingers grew into talons harder than steel, expanding in size as they dug into Carrion's head. Yeah, I bet that hurt. No, really, I can't take any more. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Despite their master shouting, the three Beasketeers didn't move a muscle.
Oh yeah, she's
Fabio
definitely gonna lay his eggs later.
Oh my god.
Who's the real
they're just like,
Beastmaster
oh,
now?
fuck.
They know. Those three know.
These Beasketeers are like, dude, if they moved at all, they'd be dead.
Carry on these wayward cubs. Oh my
They
god.
know an apex predator when they're in the room.
Frey would just turn her head, just look. You could kind of see like the red, like ting, as she turns, and then just like.
Exercise past. Oh my god.
No, I'm not doing nothing. You do you, Frey. I'm not doing nothing here.
Oh dear lord.
Despite their masters shouting, the three Beasketeers didn't move a muscle. Fulvio fidgeted a bit, clearly worried for Carrion, but the other two just gave the ex-demon lord exasperated stares. Yeah, Carrion could no doubt hold out a little longer, and given his obvious lack of regret, he probably had it coming too. Are you watching, Milim? I asked. If you do something bad, you apologize. That's the correct choice, isn't it? Yes, I agree. And for that matter, I'll try not to get you angry in the first place, Frey. Milim understood what I was trying to tell her. She could play until she was pooped in the dungeon, but moderation was key. Take care of everything that needed to get done first, and that made your subsequent recreation all the more fun. If you could accomplish that, then great. Just watch you don't cause offense like Carrion. Well, hey, come on! Stop chatting over there and help me! Milim and I nodded, the struggling Carrion serving as a fine example of what not to do. Don't just ignore me! Ah!
All right,
As
everybody, take
Oh!
notes.
Just, no! Thanks, Carrion.
I just imagine him in the back.
And he's just being dragged away by Frey.
I mean, it's just, he's being fucking talon gripped, so. His voice was fading from my ears. Thanks, Carrion, I thought as Milim and I wait for Frey to cool down. We'll never forget your sacrifice.
Yeah, I just imagine him just standing there. Thanks. We'll never forget your sacrifice.
Him and Milim just walk away. Thank you, Carrion.
It's just like a picture of Carrion in like,
Cray?
the background.
Cray? That's the ship name now, everybody. Cray.
Yes, Cray.
Yeah. Cray.
Ooh.
Carrion in the background, and like, you know, it's like,
Oh no.
like the, he's
No,
holding thumbs
here.
up like
No, that's even worse. All right, if you
Uh.
combine their names, is it Crayon?
Crayon.
Carry on.
Carry on, Crayon.
Good ship name.
Good ship name.
Should I
Carry
continue?
on.
There's a
Apply it
little
directly to the
It's a good.
talons.
It's a good name for a ship. It's a good name for a ship.
Mhm.
Well, technically
Mhm.
speaking, I should have stopped you 7 minutes ago because we're not going by dots. We're going by time.
That's right. Gotcha.
So-
All right.
Oh.
Passing.
Moon.
So the good news is, We don't have a lot left to go. We're at 88, so not too bad.
Cool.
All right. Yeah, Moon.
Working.
Working.
Okie dokie.
Also, bad news. I did turn exercises back on.
Oh, hold on.
Good.
I forgot.
I've been needing to
I also
exercise
drew-
more.
Yeah.
Also drew
Uh-oh.
his fucking Splatoon and Pokemon.
Oh no,
avatars
no,
as
no!
well.
What you need to do? What you need
Is
to
that
do?
Snorlax, Squidward, and Pikachu rolled up
All
into
in
one?
one. That is exactly what that looks
What
like.
you need to
Don't worry
do
about
is
it.
you need to be.
I love that the Splatoon one looks the most
You
normal.
need to be drawing Carry On getting dragged away by Frey with her little
That would be
claws
fun,
around the
yeah.
head. Yeah.
I can do that.
Now you gotta be careful about how big you make her.
Oh man. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. Even as this fracas.
Yep. Even as this little fracas was taking place, Shuna was fully carrying out her duties for me. All right, here comes more food, she said with a smile as she brought out all sorts of dishes, the crowd cheering her on. Putting Carrion's sacrifice behind us, we all moved on. Hey! He protested as Frey finally released him. Milim! Rimuru! I was screaming at you to help me!
And
Oh, stop complaining. You're totally fine. Yeah, I agreed. Frey wasn't really serious, so it wasn't that big of a deal, was it? Carrion was clearly unharmed, so I felt safe saying that. Apparently I was wrong. No, it was! From the moment she put her claws around my head, that knocked out all my skills. I think that's Frey's unique skill or something. If she used that on the likes of me, then it must seriously be love.
Oh god, the ship is real.
really didn't think so, but I didn't tell him. Shuna's cuisine takes precedence right now. The dishes were all placed on a single round table. Our attendants had reserved this set for Milim's party. Thanks in advance for this, Milim said to Shuna. Midray's a pretty stubborn guy, so I want something that knocks him on his butt on the first taste. I understand, Lady Milim. Enjoy. Shuna smiled, putting Milim's mind at ease. They had taken a liking to each other, so Milim looked even more reassured than when I'd spoken to her. However, I have to say, Lady Milim, I am not impressed by you being taught all these blasphemous ways. The moment dinner was served to Milim's servant, Midray, he immediately started chiding me. This was exactly who Milim was talking about in the letter she sent. Hermes. Hermes, meanwhile, was looking at me, hands clasped together in a prayerful apology. He must have been worried Midray's words would anger me. The long-suffering type, I guess. I liked that. Watching us from afar, meanwhile, were the now well-fed nobility, busily chatting with themselves. It was chit-chat, yes, but it was noble chit-chat. Info-gathering was the name of the game, and right now they were more interested in our exchanges than their own conversation. The question on their minds, how would the Demon Lord Milim and her people react to the food they considered so tasty? Especially given how one of them, Midray, already demonstrated so little understanding of our efforts. Some would no doubt conclude that, while having different values wasn't necessarily a bad thing, humans dealing with Magic-born would remain an uphill battle. If that happened, then so be it. But I figured we were fine. Hermes, Milim's other attendant, apparently wanted to spread the general concept of cuisine among the Dragon Faithful besides. So I decided to engage Midray. Blasphemous? I asked. Since ancient times, we have deemed it proper to praise the blessings of our foodstuffs and to enjoy them as is, in their natural form. And now I am presented with this. It was a salad with dressing. That was no good. Neither, it seemed, was potato salad, since it meant mashing the potatoes and defiling their original form.
Sorry.
And
I'm
what
sorry.
manner of behavior is this? Uh-oh. Just crushing his face. Just
That's actually probably
Nice.
better than what I
I
imagined.
love it.
I'd imagine it'd be from the top of the head, just like the actual face, just cartoons caved in.
Well, they
Fucking-
did say that she's like, they did say that like she put her hands over
Yeah,
his
the
whole
talon
ass head,
stretched over his head.
over his head.
It was a
Blood
it was a
dripping
gentle
down.
grip. It was a
Yeah.
gentle.
Gentle.
Gentle,
That does not
loving
look
person.
gentle.
Also, her hair goes all the way down.
It's
Oh, okay. Sorry, I just pictured like a
And there's no
short-haired little
wings.
like.
Nope.
Okay,
And
long
what
hair it
manner-
is.
Yep.
She's
Also,
She's not
she
a short-haired Milim.
also she drinks Red Bull. It gives her wings.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Anyway,
what
Better
manner of
energy
behavior?
drink of choice.
let him
Good.
read.
And
Yeah.
what manner of behavior is this? Grilling meat? All right, fair enough. But why do you then stain it with this mysterious liquid? It is deplorable, truly deplorable.
Says the
Midray
man
must
who's
have been
never
angry.
eaten.
Because I saw a throbbing vein on his forehead as he glared at me. This offended Shuna enough to wipe the smile from her face, and she glared right back at him. Hermes, noticing this, grew pale and started bowing profusely to Shuna and me. But Midray, not bothered by this, kept right on going. What sheer disrespect for our natural blessings. I was prepared to accept whatever you choose to do within your own territory, but now you are getting Lady Milim involved? Outrageous. He pointed out the hearty soup and bite-sized cream croquettes on the table as he lectured me on his food theories. The sheer force he put behind each word certainly made it clear why Milim asked me for help. Trying to reason with him was exhausting, or really stultifying. He was the type who believed he, and only he, was correct, refusing to lend an ear to anyone else. But that would end today. It'd be one thing if their palates evolved differently from ours, but the only issue here was Midray's way of thinking. And it wasn't just a wrong assumption of his or anything. There was just nothing correct about his theory at all. I mean, Milim, the figure he worshipped, couldn't wait to chow down on this. She was pouting, like a dog ordered to wait for a treat. It was time to
Literally,
finish this.
if I were
Puppy dog
Rimuru,
eyes.
I would just go like, "Oh, that's why you're so weak." Like, and he'd be like,
That would just
"Excuse me?"
immediately be like, what?
Like, you
Fuck you
can't.
say?
The fuck did
Because
you
you
just
don't
say?
cook your food.
You don't cook your food. You don't even try doing anything to it. You just eat it as is. No wonder you're so weak.
How do you
No
gain
wonder
strength
it's
from cooking?
boring.
My God, you're just
So
boring and
boring.
ordinary.
Water, no ice.
No
And you have
wonder.
pickles.
You water, no ice. Jesus.
Mm.
Oh God. Anyway, sorry.
That would be the most crazy thing he drinks.
Mm.
If I got Midray to say, this is good, I won. Just one spoonful of anything from Shuna would seal the deal once it crossed his lips. Thus, I was optimistic about this. But then reality came along. I absolutely refuse to recognize anything even close to this. Midray was still enraged, uninterested in a single morsel. My victory rode on the assumption that he'd at least try something. But if he wasn't up for that, it meant I'd lose without a fight. Milim gave me a concerned look. Hermes' gaze was skyward, wondering where everything went wrong. With all the yelling from Midray, we were starting to draw a large audience. Even the lower-ranked invitees, the kind who failed to get an audience with El Messia, started gathering to see how this would turn out. If I lost this verbal sparring match in front of this crowd, the fallout might affect a lot more than my street cred. Rimuru, a worried Milim said. I didn't expect Midray to be so stubborn about this. Should I maybe ask him to go to another room for now? Yes, added Hermes. I'm sorry about our head priest. He's always a little hot under the collar, but he's really not a bad man. I didn't expect the topic of food to enrage him so much. I thought a taste would change his tune, but I underestimated him. I don't want to force the issue, so I don't know. I mean, we didn't have to work this out today. The festival only truly began tomorrow, so there was no need to rush things. So I decided to learn from my mistake, think of a better way to deal with Midray and move on.
No.
But someone wasn't willing to let this slide.
Exactly.
The hall echoed with a loud wham as Shuna, a smile of a very different sort on her face, slammed her hands against the table in front of Midray. The head priest's eyes shot open, out of surprise, not pain. I could see why. Shuna had reacted incredibly fast. Even if you were prepared for it, not many people could have reacted in time. What are you doing? Silence! A glassy-eyed Shuna shouted, taking a bowl of stew and thrusting it into his face. See all the ingredients in this stew? This is what Sir Rimuru sees as their ideal state. What? What's that mean? Under Sir Rimuru, she continued as I sat there stupefied, there There are gathered Beasketeers, there are Harpies, there are the Magic-born who once served Clayman, there are even Dragonewts like yourself. Any one of those races alone would be powerful, I am sure. But bring them all together, and they will enjoy even more power than ever before. Please try this. With unexpected force, Shuna made Midray grasp the spoon. Swallowed up by the momentum. Yeah, momentum. Midray meekly brought it to his lips. And here I had given up. Shuna made it look so easy. And once we reached this point, the results were just what we expected.
The train's coming into the station. Choo choo.
Nice train. Choo choo. I just imagine Shuna when she slammed the table, she just broke it in two. It's like, what the hell, Shuna?
I just imagine
Buddy,
we're
I told you
treating him
to
like a fucking toddler. Like, meow, here comes the
Buddy, I told
airplane.
your leader I wasn't gonna eat this without my drink. Well, this one's on the house.
Bam!
Abject surprise crossed Midray's face. What is this? Well, it's good, isn't it? Said Shuna. This is called harmony. Each individual ingredient tones itself down in order to form a complete overall taste. That's the fervent hope contained in this stew. Oh, and here I thought it was just a nice bowl of soup.
Wow, Reaper, way to read the
So
room.
simple of Reburu. What else do we expect from him?
Shuna's like, I put my heart and soul into this.
God damn
Hey,
it!
it's good soup.
Camelot. Camelot.
No, where's the meme when you need it? Where's the meme? Good soup.
Good soup. Good soup.
It's good soup.
It's good soup. Better than any kind of vegetable I've eaten before. This single spoonful has so much depth to it.
Okay.
Yeah, I can imagine. Compared to raw veggies, Shuna's cuisine is always going to take the prize. To Midray, it must have been an unprecedented, revolutionary discovery.
I realize this is a mini food war situation.
And then his clothes
Yes.
came off.
Oh!
He just explodes.
Then suddenly there's just a bunch of like fucking like bees with Shuna's face on them.
Oh, that's an edit we gotta make.
Oh no!
Yes,
When
A
they do
red-faced
season
Hermes said-
3.
I would appreciate it if you could stop looking at me like a poor beggar on the road. Very clearly, he didn't want people to think he was like his boss. I'd probably say the same thing. I knew all about people trying to do the right thing and their bosses shutting them down, and those very peons being held responsible anyway when things went south. I felt bad for him, so I gave him a reassuring nod for his troubles. Even as Hermes and I exchanged glances, Midray was finishing off the bowl of stew. If you understand now, a much sunnier Shuna told him, then very well. But please remember this. Cuisine is about far more than this single bowl. After that stew, Midray seemed much more receptive to her words. What do you mean? He asked back, face serious and thoughtful. If this stew, she replied, is like the land Lady Milim rules over, then this loaf of bread is the kingdom of Bloomond. This steak is the new land of Farminus. If this
Foie gras.
foie gras, Terrene
Terrine.
is the dwarven kingdom, I suppose that makes the seafood here Thalian. You can combine them in many ways, but no cuisine can survive on a single plate. And nations are the same way. It's the broad, deep connections among them that make them more bountiful and satisfying. That is the world Sir Rimuru seeks. The smile on Shuna's face. Thank you.
Brilliant. Brilliant, man.
I'm applauding Shuna, God damn it!
Fuck you. I'm reading for Shuna.
But they're
You're
Shuna's
doing a
words.
great job, but Shuna's the one who's really saying it.
God
Damn it. The smile on Shuna's face came from the heart. Midray must have felt something from it, because now his eyes turned to the other dishes on the table. He thought for a moment in silence, not just him, but everyone watching from afar. It is. Sure, diplomatic relations certainly are important. Sure, diplomatic relations certainly are important, I replied. Indeed, but I did not know that His Majesty, the Demon Lord Rimuru, had such thoughts. How wonderful. And even the best of cuisine can be ruined by the wrong amount of salt. Instead, he's bringing different dishes together. Who's saying this?
I think
I think
that's
Shuna.
Yes,
It is
Shuna.
okay,
It's still
so I was
Shuna.
right.
It's still Shuna.
Fuck. The wrong amount of salt. Instead, he's bringing different dishes together to form a complete full course then. Instead, he's bringing different dishes together to form a complete full course then? A truly fascinating concept. Now the crowd excitedly talked among themselves. I couldn't say I thought about it that way, no, but Shuna's forceful persuasion must have spoken to their hearts in grand fashion. Considering the total lack of theme to the buffet food, it was really a stretch, but it worked. Honestly, Shuna had impressed me just now. Not only her speech, but the glorious food that did so much of the talking for her. I think it's more that Master Chef did the talking. Guarantee results.
Motherfucker, no. This isn't Shion's cooking.
Shion.
This is goddamn Shuna. Shuna cooked this.
Yeah.
Mm.
Shion had nothing to do
Shuna
with
has
this.
that.
No, Shion
No,
has
Shion
that.
does.
God, I'm getting the names mixed up. Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
It's
Shion.
easier when I can
Part.
see their pictures.
Face,
Shion
yeah.
is the
Yeah.
Shion is the pink-haired priestess cook girl, and Shion and Shun
Is the bodyguard.
Shion is the secretary bodyguard that has
Okay.
Master Chef and like all that shit.
It's purple.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay.
She's the one that died and got that gift because she's like, I want Master Reaper to take that cooking. Shuna is the
So-
little sister girl, shrine maiden, mage girl that already had like that was already a good damn cook.
That I have been using the wrong voice this entire time.
No, you've been
Love
using the right voice. You've been using the right goddamn voice. Trust me
I
on
have?
this.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
you've been
just your
using the right
image
one.
of who is wrong.
I guess.
It's not the tall,
Um,
sexy, bodacious babe. It's the cute one, but like that voice worked.
It's the little sister.
It's the little sister,
It's,
but it's
the tiny, cute, bodacious babe. Yes.
no,
Yes.
bodacious imagines that she has titties. She doesn't really have the tatas.
I guess.
I guess she's
Yeah.
more like petite.
She's
I
petite.
guess that'd be a better
Supposedly?
word for it.
Yeah.
Yep. She's
Anyways,
small.
Not-
She's Benny Maru's little
Yeah.
sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glorious food that so much. People like Midray, afraid of values different from their own, now found it in themselves to dream of a future where humans and monsters work together, all thanks to the example of harmony within cuisine. Also, Shuna added, note that it takes more than simply tossing everything into a bowl and mixing it up. Her eyes turned on Shion behind me for
Yeah.
just a moment, and I'll just pretend I didn't notice that. Thanks.
Not
So now
weird.
you understand. She's shit
Yes.
talking the secretary.
Absolutely. So now that we've convinced you, bear in mind that most foods are best while it's warm. Lady Milim, Lord Carrion, Lady Frey, and all their attendants, please enjoy it before it gets cold. Her words were like a starter pistol to Milim's ears. She immediately dove in. Yes! This is great! That, plus her wide grin, was the answer she had for us, loud and clear. No need for grandiose vocabulary with her. One look at that face, and it was easy to understand. I see. I have been mistaken. And Lady Milim waited so patiently for me to realize it. The message came across to Midray, too. After far too long, he had finally seen the light. Now, Sir Midray, no need to feel depressed. You'll just make things gloomy for the whole table. Let's enjoy it while it's hot. Oh no, that's Hermes.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever. Hermes' advice, not advised for the current situation, although he likely knew that full and well, and said it anyway, made a vain throb on Midray's head once more. You! What? Why is your head looking like a melon? What?
Wait,
Why
is
be No, wait. Is this Carrion? Which one is this?
Mm.
Why be angry, Midray? Hermes is right. Besides, if you don't chow down soon, I'm gonna eat it all instead.
That's Milim. That's most likely Milim.
God damn
Oh,
it.
yep.
Put names!
I know. I feel that.
Count
Anyway.
yourself lucky today, Hermes. On behalf of Lady Milim and this fine food before me, I will forgive this affront. Smiles and laughter filled the scene as if everyone, man and monster alike, shared in the same heart. You've got some little sister, I remarked to Benimaru when we happened to make eye contact. Don't I, though? Don't I, though? I'm so proud of her. He nodded back like this was a given. Shuna must have overheard us, blushed a little, and headed to the back room. The feast was set to run from 6 to 9 p.m. that evening, but we wound up extending it another 2 hours. One reason was all the latecomers, the VIPs and such, who had snubbed the event at first, but ran over once news of El Messia's appearance spread. The other was the, shall we say, excessively healthy appetites of Midray and Carrion's band. It was a long time before they finally said no more, for sure. But the reasons don't matter. In the end, it was a huge success, and so the pre-opening feast, despite a few unexpected bumps along the way, came to a close after providing results beyond what even I expected.
All right. Now, we have 10 pages left. The interlude. All right. Moon, thank you.
Still going? Oh, okay.
We will now move on to a late night meeting. Wow, really? Okay, thanks for that.
Yes, it must be late. Getting tired.
God damn it, shut up. Sonic, your turn.
All right. At midnight, after the buffet wrapped up, we held an impromptu emergency meeting. Right? Right, I said, looking at the attendees. Sorry to get all of you here this late. I know we're tired out, but just hang in there a little more, okay? First, I wanted to thank Shuna for tonight's performance. Shuna, you really helped me out. Your food was excellent, and you even succeeded where Milim had failed and convinced Midray to change his mind. Seriously, thank you. Shuna gracefully smiled back. No, she demurred. Our menu succeeded. Tonight's thanks to the support of Mr. Yoshida gave me.
Aw, shucks, I do what I can.
God. Yoshida, I just realized that. Wait, is my voice like transitioning a little bit?
No, you just straight up said our menu did it. And I was like, well, I mean, you know.
God.
Aw, shucks.
Besides,
guys.
Sir Rimuru, considering the great praise you had for Hakuro seafood, I feel like he stole the show.
Like, oh,
When
man.
it came to prepare... Yeah, shit. When it came to preparing fish, cutting sashimi...
Grandpappy? I'm only 40, you fucker! I'm not grandpa age yet!
Hold on, I missed something there. I was reading. What?
Someone called him Grandpappy.
Somebody called me Grandpappy, and I'm like, motherfucker, look, even if that was true, which it ain't, fuck you.
Which it ain't.
God damn it, Alan.
Hakuro was far better than Shuna. It was almost like a second calling for him. So I didn't think Shuna was slumming by comparison. But she seemed a little peeved nonetheless. Although she did accept my earnest thanks.
15.
Next, I addressed Molly Mile, my main man behind the scenes. Molly, how's the merchants doing? You run into any problems? A wide variety of products and goods was flowing into town, nations worldwide.
I might be at this point. Let's see. 15.
Oh, he's thinking about Grandpappy stuff.
Grandpappy.
Give him a minute, he's old. Brain takes a minute.
No, I'm doing the math, motherfucker. I'd have a
You
20...
can hear the gears turning.
I don't know. It depends.
They're rusty.
It depends on how early. It depends on how much my daughter would have taken after me. I'd have a 25-year-old daughter right now if she had made it to childbirth.
Oh.
Yeah. I'd have a 25-year-old about now. So, fuck you, Alan. My kid would be older than yours. Ha! Suck it.
Alan.
Also, it would be possible for you to be a grandpa.
It would be possible for me to be a grandpa.
I mean, I'm an uncle, so.
Yeah, yeah, but I've been an uncle for a long ass time, dude. Bro, I have a nephew that
an uncle's
like
easy.
Bro, how old is the
You could
second
have a
oldest person?
one-year-old uncle
How
in
old
the right
is
circumstances.
No, bro, how old is the second oldest person in this call?
Is that me? I'm actually curious.
Yes. I'm 25.
Yes.
You're
I'm
25?
26.
27. Okay. I think Moon, my oldest living nephew, is about your age, Moon. I have a nephew your age, abouts. Yeah.
I have to check my extension.
You feel fucking
Doesn't make
old?
you feel old. Nothing will.
Bro,
What?
you think you feel old? Bro, I remember being around when she was like negative, you know, I remember being around when she was a newborn, sir. We were playing D&D. We were playing D&D when she was like a fucking newborn.
Like a tiny burrito.
We were rolling dice and writing on fucking pen and paper D&D sheets when she was a newborn. Yeah. And now she's moved out of the house and she's 21. His daughter is. Yeah.
Damn.
We're
Moving
old,
out at
yeah.
21. That's pretty good.
I did. Well,
Wow.
she's doing her
Must
own
be doing
thing.
pretty good.
Doing pretty good. Also, look at you, dude. Your state has a fucking blue governor. Good on you.
Wait, who? What? Where? What?
He lives in Kansas.
Oh, gotcha.
They elected a blue governor. Holy shit.
I wonder if every time he leaves, he says, "I don't think I'm in Kansas anymore."
Also, you now live next door to two
Hell
states
yeah.
that have legalized weed. You go east and west. You go east and west and get some marijuana legally.
Want weed in the
Oh,
west
dang it,
or
I just
weed in the north?
rolling
Shem, I
rolling
just
dice.
realized
We
my
couldn't roll
Chrome's
blunts.
upside
We were in
down,
the
but you
army.
could I could literally call it the king's fridge if it was right side up.
Dude, it's crazy. All right, dude, everybody around me is red as fuck. I go north just a little bit and it's starting to turn purple. No, Kentucky is starting to turn purple. That's crazy.
Oh,
That
like,
shit's
like
weird
completely
to me.
unrep-
No,
Huh.
Kentucky and Georgia are starting to turn purple, but everywhere else is going deep fucking red. It's weird. It's goddamn weird.
Weird.
And yet Florida has gone like blood red. And it's like, okay, calm down, people.
Blood for the blood god.
Yeah, right? Yeah, like fucking somebody like
What about Texas then?
somebody stabbed the shit out of Cthulhu. Texas is turning purple. It's weird.
It's Slanesh.
Oh yeah.
Well, here's
no,
the
it's
thing.
good.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I was watching on Twitter and everybody was like, "Oh my God, they re-elected Abbott. This is crazy." And I'm like, "Are you understanding what the fuck is happening?" Beto O'Rourke got 47% of the vote. Do you understand how crazy that is? That's bonkers, guys. 47% in motherfucking Texas. That would have been a miracle 27 years ago.
Ain't that wacky?
That's nuts. Anyway, sorry. Didn't mean to get too political, but like it's just weird. That would have been like unheard of a little bit ago.
We just need to have a Richie political hour on stream one of these
I'm
days.
just saying you guys don't
Political
understand.
rants.
You guys just don't understand how much shit has changed over the last 20 years. For
I mean,
anybody with the letter D to get that many, like, to get that much, that high of a percentage in a state like Texas is kind of crazy just in general.
I feel like I could make a One Piece pun because of the D.
Ah, shit. All right.
Juan
Let's get back to
I won't.
slime. Let's get back to slime.
Slime time. Damn it.
Slime time.
Okay. The wide variety of products and goods was flowing into town from nations worldwide.
Speaking of flowing into town.
Did
Did you know
Here
the state
comes
of Utah?
Richard.
Did you know that speaking of flowing into town? Did you know that the entire state of Utah was built by whores?
Shut up, you redneck slaver
love
from the big state. Get out of here. The 1800s is that way. That on a shirt.
Oh man, I want that on a shirt. Did you know the entire state of Utah was built by a horse?
Built by a horse.
Speaking of
Speaking of flowing into town,
Oh shit.
let's see. For sales or use in our main, I can't even talk. Pavilions,
Pavilions.
pavilions. Thank you. Rigard and Lina, or
Lelina.
Lina,
vagina.
we're managing
Lina.
it all.
I love you, Virginia.
I love you, vagina.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
Oh, quit being such a pussy.
I think I'd rather be a boob.
Titty.
Well, now you're just turning into an ass.
Oh, don't be a
Okay,
cunt about it.
Oh, don't be a tit.
I wrote a town on an ass. Your mama's ass.
Okay.
It's good soup.
Good soup. Good soup.
We have fun here.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
hey, did you hear about that minecart that derailed? Oh, Lord.
It really creeped in on me.
Still about that minecart? Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's just way off the tracks, about 500 feet in the opposite direction.
And Molly Mile was tasked with handling the merchants coming to town with it. Segueing right back into the book. Anyway.
Coming to town, just like those whores in Utah.
Get back on track.
Oh my God.
I love Chili Draw. Slime me, baby!
Slap me.
The Willow Weird slime.
All I can think about now is that fucking scene with all those miners and in blazing
you?
saddles
Good?
eating all the beans. It was just that whole scene of all the dudes eating the beans and just farting.
Not the beans.
Hey there, Mr. Taggart. Like some more beans? I think y'all had enough.
I can't stop. Too many beans. Kill me. He just keeps farting uncontrollably. Kill me.
just fart themselves to death.
Please.
All right,
End
someone's
my
got to go into
suffering.
the town and kill the new sheriff. Who wants to do it?
The sheriff that brought all the beans to town. Because said it was too big for any other
Have you
food.
seen Blazing Saddles?
Oh my
No,
god.
it feels like I should now.
Yes.
Ah!
One more step
God.
and the sheriff gets it. Of course, that's not what he said, but I'm not using that word.
Definitely not.
Yep.
Striga.
Oh, I have. Okay. I've seen like bits
one more
of
shot and the
pieces of it.
Striga gets it.
I've just seen this,
For
the
all
scene
you
where he's
Destiny
like,
fans out there.
I like rake, but he doesn't say the word rake. He
Yeah.
says something else. He was like,
Rake,
"Oh."
murder, arson, and rake.
Yeah.
You said rake twice. I
like
really
rake.
like rake.
And I was
I
like,
really like rake.
Yep.
Kat, what do you think they actually mean when they say rake?
Let's not put that word in chat, please.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, no.
Like, don't do that. I mean, like, yeah.
That's
no,
like
not
once
like you
again,
do it.
once again. That's like the Anime Expo panel where he's like, when I say saltine, you say, or when I say Graham, you say, and it's like, no, let's not get banned on Twitch.
You say Bell, like Alexander Graham Bell.
No,
I was gonna
No.
say cracker.
Yeah, I know.
Like
no.
You son of a bitch!
I just realized it too. Dang it.
We'll be banned forever.
All right. Well, it was nice having a channel.
Canceled.
It was.
I like.
All because you couldn't
Look.
stop saying Ritz.
No. We were talking about soups. That's
I
what
was
you
talking
eat with
about
soup,
yeah,
right?
food. Yeah, that's literally what I meant with that.
All right,
It doesn't matter. Twitch doesn't know that.
here. I have to compensate Twitch.
What? They don't
You
know
ready?
food? What? Should I go make s'mores real quick?
Turtle, make a
Yeah, turtle
soup.
soup. Turtle soup.
Alice in
No,
Wonderland, The
more real
Wizard
quick,
of
hang on,
Oz,
I got a little
Chronicles of
heater thing for
Narnia, and
that.
Space Jam are all isekai. He's out of
That
line.
can't be
God, you're
Absolutely
right.
true.
He's
That
out of
caught me
line.
off guard. He's right.
He's out of
right.
line,
Yeah,
but he's right. Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
right.
he's absolutely right.
Why y'all booing? I'm right.
That's the first isekai. Well, I mean, not first, but
It's one of them.
Oh Lord.
I forget about this from time to time.
it really is an isekai
It really
before
is.
they were actually a thing.
Oh, then
Yes.
there's also a kid in King Arthur's court, or was that on the list?
Wait, hold on. Majora's
Never-
Oh
Mask
God.
is, I guess,
Not
one
an-
as
Oh
well,
God. Oh
technically.
God, I forgot about this.
No, because
Okay.
well,
To be fair,
No, Majora's Mask.
to be fair, guys, to be fair, I can't. All right, so Calvin sent this to me, and you're not allowed to share it with anybody else. But Calvin sent this to me, and it's just beautiful, and yeah, yeah,
Don't worry, I'll make an exasperated reaction,
yeah, later,
and to make chat really feel it.
yeah, later, but yeah, it's great, but later,
Oh my gosh, I can't believe that.
no, later, anyway,
What?
later.
Yes.
It's been nothing but smiles from him so far, sir. Seeing a town as majestic as this for the first time is dumbfounding all of them. And our attendees tonight were smacking the... Oh, hang on.
Smacking that
Turn
booty.
Smacking... Yeah,
Make
I
it
got the
an
same
escalate.
mouse for laptop and thing. I had to switch over. Hang on.
Good
Smacking
soup.
their lips at the spread.
Good soup.
We're seeing a great deal of farmers come from nearby nations as well. So I think our efforts are really paying off. They're bringing a lot of fine goods too, and I think we can build rather good ties with them. Mullymile glanced at Regard, who nodded back at him. Yes, as Sir Mullymile said, they're bringing fresh fruits and vegetables, smoked beef and fish, and assorted rare handicrafts. Right? Yeah, handicrafts.
Mhm.
Some are bringing livestock with them as well. I think we're well prepared for the festival along those lines. Ugh. I'm out of the zone now because of all the whatever we had earlier. Regard seemed assured that short ages wouldn't be an issue. We plan to use some of these imported goods. Oh, we plan to use some of these imported goods.
Lalina.
Lalina, thank you. Added. For our... I'm not going to try to do a voice, because I know who it is. For our meals at the evening banquet starting tomorrow. Ah, that shouldn't be a problem, should it? No, I don't think so. However, no, it'll be fine. Mullymile seemed about to say something before he clammed up. If he had qualms, I wish he'd follow through and talk about them. Whoa. Say whatever's on your mind, all right? Oh, that's Rimmer. Because if you stop yourself midway, it'll weigh on me even more. Benny... Oh, okay, I was just making sure, like, wait, was that Soe saying something? Okay, Benny Maru and Soe nodded in silent agreement. The pressure made Mullymile scratch his head before he spoke again.
You don't say the S,
Whoa.
it's just Molly Mile.
Mullymile?
Molly
say-
Mile.
Molly Mile.
You don't say Moly
Molly
Mile. It's not Holy Moly.
I'm thinking, I don't know why I'm...
Molly Mile.
Mullymile. Molly.
Molly. Yeah.
Molly. Like Valley Molly. There you go.
Like Valley.
I have to say it kind of like a Valley girl. a little bit.
ALO.
Molly
That was
Mile.
a good
Holy
piece.
moly!
Molly Mile, it's great to see you again. Come here. Mwah, mwah. There you go.
I'm gonna slice this life
Well,
from
it
me.
may just be my imagination, but I am recognizing rather few of the tradespeople working around here alongside the large merchants I have close ties to. I have a knack for remembering people's faces, you see. So it made me curious. So I did a little research. As Molly Mile put it, while it seemed odd at first, there was no actual problem to speak of. He asked some of his merchant friends, and they replied that yes, they had been some new blood entering the business, but none of them had heard any scuttlebutt about scuttlebutt about these tradesmen. They were model businessmen, offering quality products at low prices. Molly Miles said his friend laughed at him for worrying too much. And when he himself called out a few of these unfamiliar faces, they were all affable and sociable with him. Affable? Yeah, affable.
Yes, affable is the correct word.
Yeah. Perhaps, he reflected with a grin, being given such a large task has made me a tad high-strung. Hey, are you really alright? It's not too much work, is it? I don't want it to affect your health. His workload had ballooned to epic proportions as of late, indeed. This time, though, he really did laugh off my concerns. No need to worry, but I have even more important news for you. It turns out that the hero, Masayuki, intends to join the battle tournament tomorrow. The whole town's alive with rumors about it. People are already placing bets on the taverns. As Molly Mile put it, he was too excited about the work he tackled to grow tired of it. More pressing to him was the news that Masayuki had decided this past evening to join the fight.
Exactly.
Spaceballs, the Twitch streams. Oh, God.
Good.
Oh. Interjected Soe.
That is why I wanted all of us to discuss this matter.
Titties!
Whose is the best, Frey's or Shion's? Come on, let's just
Shion's.
let's solve this right now.
Titties.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Although, if we want to be technical about it, Rimuru could give himself the best.
Oinking up.
It's true. I mean, come on.
Let's be fair to Frey here.
We are being fair to Frey. Shion wins.
Oh, I don't know, man. I think Soe has the best titties.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Look at my boy.
Can confirm those tits.
Titties! He has to wear a scarf. They're so good, he has to wear a scarf to cover them up.
Yep.
Is that the OVA? You guys are the hot springs and then boy on.
He's just like,
little hot
whoa!
spring.
I thought you were a
He just-
dude this whole time.
I am.
What are you talking about?
Oh, Soka's gonna be really upset.
My quads, well, not my quads, my pecs are just really big. Full of lipids. Please do not concern yourself, my lord.
It's not. Look, I've come to peace with them. All right. Like he just gets really defensive about it.
Candy
It's just-
Graham!
What'd you do on the sumo episode? How did you hide those?
I have my ways.
Good lord.
I am a
Oh,
ninja
dear.
after all.
Dear. Okay, let's continue. Where are we at?
I've learned how to cosplay.
Good lord. I don't think that's.
that group
I don't
that
think
came.
that group that came. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All over
Okay.
where?
Just like you.
All over Shion's
All
titty. Their vote. The
It comes back
final votes
every
have
time,
been
just
cast.
like Utah.
Those whores.
Mm-hmm.
Those. All right. So back to those whores from Utah.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
Oh,
You guys gotta kill me on stream.
Yeah, we are probably.
Mm.
Those whores from
Okay.
Utah.
You are a bunch of whores.
Whores from
three of
Utah.
you.
All
Horse.
three of you.
Horse.
You know what you
A horse. A horse is a horse, of course, of course. All right. Continue on.
Yep. The group that came to greet Milim outside of town apparently hadn't heard the news. Benny Morrow, among others, turned his eyes to Soe, silently asking for some details. But Shion answered first. That boy drives me up the wall. He went about how did he defeat Sir Rimuru. Among other things, I wanted to dispatch him myself, but...
Yes.
Soe replied.
When I stopped you, there were people watching, and if you cause trouble right now, it could affect the whole festival.
That explained why Shion was behaving relatively well behaved. I thought she was maturing
Was
a bit.
being
we
relatively
couldn't let her-
behaved.
was being relatively well behaved.
You said why
Thought.
Shion was behaving relatively behaved. And I'm like, what? What is
I
this
thought I
sentence
said well
structure?
there too somewhere. What the hell?
Welcome
I
to
don't
the
know.
redundancy department of repeating things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys, you have to catch up
brain
on
just-
this shit too. Come on, it can't be just me.
Yeah. I
Look,
know.
at that point when it's so redundant, my brain just like, nah, we don't need all these.
Mm.
I thought she was maturing a bit, but we couldn't let our guard down yet. Good thing Soe was around. Well, I'm glad you were there to do that. He was my friend Yuki's, hold on. He was with my friend Yuki, besides, and if people spread rumors that I picked a fight with a hero at the entrance to town, that'd invite all sorts of suspicion I don't need. I sighed at Benimaru, who nodded. I sighed as Benimaru nodded his agreement. Quite true. Shion, can you please keep your head cool for us? You don't need to tell me. I was just a little riled. I didn't plan to actually start a fight.
Yes, you did.
I fully understand you, Lady Shion. You cannot you cannot stand You cannot stand by idly while someone belittles our master, right? And you, Sir Benimaru, if you were there to see it, wouldn't you have reacted in another way? Oh, that's Diablo. Was that Diablo?
Yes!
You did, but it-
Oh my god.
would you
Yeah,
have
that was
reacted?
Diablo.
Moon, your thing? I
No,
get it. Ah.
literally the only person who laughs is Diablo.
I'm sorry. I just liked him.
I
I
didn't
just
know
like the
that.
direction he took him.
I didn't know
finally
that.
understand you, Lady Shion.
I was like, why? I was sitting there wondering. I was like, why did he suddenly turn Diablo into a like creepy Yoda?
I don't know. I just thought it was really funny. I like the direction
Understand
he
you,
took.
I fully do, Lady Shion.
Oh,
Cannot stand
oh
idly
God!
by when someone belittles master.
Jesus Christ, we have
Yeah.
Dr. Evil. Jesus Christ,
Sir
it's
Benimaru,
Jason
and you-
Bourne. That reminds me. That reminds
Jason
me.
Bourne.
The way
Jesus
you would,
Christ.
Sir
Yeah.
Benimaru? I want to read that whole paragraph as Yoda.
That reminds me. That reminds me. I hopped into the Minecraft server after watching a particular episode of Iron Mouse and Connor shit, and it was very sad because I was all by myself and no one joined me, and I was like,
Oh,
"Fuck, I don't want to play Minecraft."
fuck.
Because
Yeah,
it's no
it'd be
fun
like
by
that
myself.
sometimes.
It's no fun by myself, and I'm in survival mode, and I'm like, "Fuck this." No, like,
Yep.
It's no fun. I don't know how to play this game in this version, like this new updated version with all this other shit. Like, no, I don't know
yeah.
I don't know how they're playing Minecraft now with all this fancy shit. There's too much new shit that I don't know how. Like, I have to relearn how to play Minecraft. Fuck this. I don't wanna.
Mm.
Yeah, it can get pretty. I mean, for me, it's like I just have to do the redstone build.
It's
I
a
do, and
clear
then-
sign that I'm old, and I'm like, I'm literally like, why did they change Minecraft? Minecraft is Minecraft. And I'm like,
Why
math
is
is
Minecraft-
math.
Minecraft is Minecraft.
Yeah, right. Math is
You gotta keep
math.
adding- Oh,
Yeah, so it got to that point. Which is funny because once you put it in creative mode and you just let me do shit, man, I just go. I like ADHD my way into shit and I just fucking
knows.
move. Like Moon knows, I just have one gear, like I hyper focus on shit and I just start going and I'm like, all right, Moon, I'm gonna do this one thing. If you want to work on that one thing, I'll be here. I just put on a song, I start jamming, and 30 minutes later, Moon comes over and he's like, hey man, I'm like, ah! But-
Yeah,
realize
I just walk
still
up and he
here?
just goes, "Holy shit!" I'm like, "Oh,
Holy
sorry."
shit! Oh, hi. He's like, how you doing, man? I'm like, oh, you know, I'm on this little part right here. He's like, oh, yeah, man. Wow, you built a lot. And I'm like, yeah, man, it's been a pretty productive 5 minutes. It's been,
it's like 3 redstone builds over here, you know.
I was just like,
Yeah, it's
oh,
like been a productive 5 minutes. It's been 30.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
I
5
look-
minutes for
To
the-
be fair,
I look
you
down at
lose
my
it.
clock. I look down at my clock and I'm like, holy shit, it has been 30 minutes. Like, so,
Yeah.
yeah.
You tend to lose your
Time
sense of
travels
time.
fast when you're having
Yeah.
fun.
Oh, Dr. Evil has been redeemed. So good luck with that. And so has Shaggy.
after that.
Yeah.
Sure.
I love that
How
you
do
redeemed.
I-
I love that you redeemed the 2 voices that are specifically meant for me on him. So yeah.
I'm thinking
I
like,
need to
can I?
practice.
We have 4 minutes. Can I? How do I fuse these two into one?
Good luck. Good luck. Good fun. Have good
Good
fun.
luck. Oh.
All right. The reason that got
nervous.
brought up, is because I remembered that they named one of their fucking phoenix birds on there. All right, because I saw that they raided. Like I was like, you can do fucking raids in Minecraft now. I want to fucking do raids in Minecraft. How do you fucking do raids in Minecraft? That looks like fun. I want to do that. But they named one of their birds, Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne 5. And I'm like, fuck, that's great. I love that shit. Oh, that's so good. I want to do that. We're so dumb. I want to do this stupid shit. Can we just, like, once we get done with slime, can we just make that our Meme Monday thing? Can that just be our Meme
Yeah,
Monday
just do a bunch
shit?
of
Yes.
creative stuff on Minecraft. Hell yeah.
Just be dumb meme Minecraft things, like our meme Minecraft.
Dude,
Yes.
we could do like Minecraft challenges.
I'm so for it. Yeah.
Minecraft build challenges. Hell yeah.
Born abridged. Oh no. All right, so I'm here for it.
Minecraft abridged. I don't know.
Yes.
Or just so we don't go through them as fast, because we're starting to catch up, because 15 is coming out at the end of the month. I mean, here's the thing, right? We're moving through slime pretty fast. Once we get past 11, I may start making it to where, because I want to get through 10 and 11, and then once we start, like if we start catching up, if we get through 10 and 11 this year, like if we
You
get
mean
through
this
10,
next year?
no, we may get
What?
done with 10 and 11 this year.
Yeah. Ain't no one more
Like
month
we're
at least.
moving.
That's
Fast.
We're moving,
Yeah.
dude.
We're schmoving, dude. Like, here's the thing. We'll probably get done with 9. We'll probably get done with 9 this month. Most likely. Like, we're moving. Like,
Yeah,
9's
for
got
sure,
a
yeah.
lot to it, but we're moving. Well, no, probably not this month. It's 347.
Yeah, we're 30% through it.
Okay,
so...
yeah, probably like early December. Probably.
Early December, we'll get
Pretty
done with
close.
this. But, like,
Yeah.
here's the thing.
Well,
We'll
we start
probably...
with the next book at least.
We'll start with the next book. We'll be in through 10. And 10's like not as beefy as 9 is. But
Yeah,
there's a lot.
it's like
Oh,
really
yeah, we
thin,
got-
isn't it? It's
yeah,
like
it's
half-
not as beefy. It's not as beefy of a boy, but 9 is beefy. 9 is a beefy one. There's a lot going on in
Le
9.
chunk.
It is la chunky. There's a lot that's going on. As you can tell by like just chapter 1, there's a lot going on. Admittedly, we are goofing off a lot in the beginning. We are.
Yeah. And
But
killed pretty much those last 4 minutes I had to read.
yeah, well,
Let's see.
there's only a few
No
more pages.
Diablo. I'm always fully composed.
I'm
Any
gonna
mo-
go ahead. I'm just gonna go ahead and read what we have on from the 3 dots onward, and just finish this up. So where are you at before we hit the 3 dots?
No Diablo. I'm always fully composed.
Okay, let's go. Yeah, keep going. Do
Benimaru paused.
Dr. Evil.
Oh. Benimaru paused a little before answering, eyes darting
Yes.
around. I wasn't sure. I couldn't count on that.
I could.
I don't know if I want to do the voice for Diablo. I did again.
I mean, if you want to.
So, do you guys want to, or want me to do it normal?
Do
I mean,
do
what
normal.
you want,
Go.
man.
All right. So, Diablo continued. Are we here to discuss what to do with this hero? If you could leave matters in my hands, I could have him vanish without a trace before the sun rises. Whew, scary. And I knew he meant it and could pull it off without a second thought. We're doing nothing like that. Nothing hasty, all right? No matter what.
Shaggy.
After making sure... after making sure everyone was clear on that, I moved on my main concern tonight, man.
It's actually pretty good,
So-
Shaggy.
Yeah, really good.
Thank you. So this is the question. Can anyone here on my staff join the battle tournament starting tomorrow?
Fucking kidding me.
It's like, I'm not doing it. I want one of you fuckers to do it.
Well,
This
too
all
bad. You still got
belong-
more to read.
No. Oh, no, I meant like, he was referred to his own people.
Oh, okay, go. This.
This offer wound up being one powerful bombshell, man.
Okay.
Oh. Benny. All right, that's the end of that. I just wanted to really make sure we got it in. Oh. Benny Maro's eyes lit up. I see.
Schwarzenegger.
Shion's eyes. Shion flashed a fearsome smile. It seemed like they were conspiring over something. Should I stop them? Maybe turning the topic towards fighting made them forget their promise from a moment ago. Wow.
Good.
Interesting. Truly interesting. Diablo 2
Was grinning from ear to ear.
I don't know. Diablo 3 was better.
I was gonna say.
All
You
right.
heard any news about Diablo 4 yet?
No.
Dude,
They're probably
Moonstream's
gonna.
just-
Oh, you know, they're probably gonna make it a mobile game.
Mm,
What, you guys have phones? Again?
what?
Diablo 4.
You
You
payments
have
of
phones,
$4.99.
don't you?
In 2022?
Yeah, but we don't play video games on them. Those things suck.
Not many. Maybe like Pokemon Go, but
It's not really a game.
Mobile games suck, dude.
Yeah.
They're not as fun.
Mm.
They're like, yeah, but we make money off of those. I was like, yeah. No.
Shim, shim, hack.
No. How does Diablo laugh? Shim, 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 shim.
Shim, 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 shim.
Shim shimmy, shim shim sharoo.
All right. Anyway, you were
Apparently,
reading.
in my interpretation, he
You were-
was like Milim in a way.
You were reading.
Yeah. I would be glad to offer myself. My skills should prove useful. Oh, sorry. I would be glad to offer myself. My skills should be useful. Even Geld was ready to go. I don't think Geld's that voice, right?
Anyway,
Anyway, whatever.
Keep going. Yeah.
He's the pig. Anyway. And the little snicker from Soe told me he too was volunteering. Hakuro too. He remained.
Chocolate.
Yes. He remained.
not yourself
silent,
when
but
you're
I could
hungry,
tell
Shim.
he would. Soe, eat a Snickers.
yeah,
Why?
you're not
Because
yourself.
you're not
when
you when you're hungry.
Exactly.
Better?
I just imagine if Soe was not him when he was hungry, he'd just be so loud. and
Finish the
bombastic.
paragraph.
He remained silent, but I could tell he was getting fidgety. At least Gabiru, with his own presentations to run, had no choice but to bow out. As chagrined
Chagrined.
as he looked at this prospect.
So yeah.
So, yeah.
About
Nope.
my turn.
Oh, it doesn't have the 3 spaces. For
Well,
me. That's
I
interesting. Okay, go ahead.
do have them.
Oh, I see the dots. You're right.
So yeah, about what I figured. The only one who didn't react was Ranga, and that's because he was sleeping in my shadow. That's a good doggy. Shh, shh. Stay in there. Be a good
He
doggy.
knows better.
Don't be like Donald and heal. Nope, he's not a planet anymore. All right.
Ever since I got Ronka spayed and neutered a while back.
Jeez.
Remember,
Oh.
kids, spay and neuter your pets. Don't look at me like that. Don't you look at me.
All I can think about is if we ever have a game show, Milim just pops up at the end and says, "Remember to have your Rangas spayed and neutered." Like,
He's like, what's that
Oh,
mean,
that
master?
would be amazing. Especially with
oh,
She'd be
man.
able to
yeah.
scraggle tooth and everything and have a bright smile when she do it too.
With a cough, I quieted the crowd before they started arguing over who deserved to sign up. Hold on. There are agents all over town right now. Do you really need to go all out in the battle arena? You don't, do you? I hardly need to trample over our foes. Whoa! Easy. Let me just say in advance, Benimaru, Shion, Diablo, Soe, all of you are out. What? What do you... I raised a hand to quiet their protest. First, Soe, you're a covert agent, all right? You can't fight while you're running surveillance amid the crowds. The thought didn't seem to have occurred to Soe until now. It must have convinced him, though, because he fell silent, after that. At least he didn't suggest competing in disguise. But just to seal the deal, instead, I have a new job for you.
A job?
Yeah, I'm leaving all spy operations in the nation to you, but I'm also officially appointing you the head of what I'll call the Oniwaban, our intelligence operation. This was the name of the group of secret agents who patrolled the streets of old Tokyo during the samurai era. God damn it. era and reported... Wow, I just looked away to roll my eyes and lost my place for a second. Stupid eyes. And reported news back to the Shogun. In addition, I'm assigning the name of Kurayami to your personal team. That includes Soka and your other agents. But don't let those trainees or yours call themselves that yet, all right?
Yes, my lord. Thank you very much.
That wowed Soe more than I expected. It was basically a pretext to keep him from joining the tournament, but if he liked it that much, superb. Soe was overseeing several hundred people these days, besides. So if he liked to assemble his elites under the Team Kuriyami name, all the better. That left 3 other people to handle, the 3 strongest members of my staff. Letting any of them join the tournament would be nothing but trouble. And knowing that, I already had plans worked out for them. Okay, everyone else, listen up. I'm establishing a new committee that'll be responsible for handling our dignitaries from the Western nations. I'm going to call it the Big Four. The Big Four? Heavens, I see. It brought all 3 to rapt attention. Talk about taking the bait. The 3 of you are far more powerful than the rest of my staff. Thus, I'd like to take Benimaru, the head of the...
name.
I'd like to name Benimaru the head of the Big Four. Out of the other 3 posts, I'd like to name Shion and Diablo to 2 of them. Benimaru had the most leadership skills out of the 3. He was, after all, a man who could substitute for me whenever I needed it. He was uniquely qualified to lead the Big Four. Whatever this shadowy cabal was supposed to be doing, I tried to make it sound important, but the post was purely ceremonial. Again, a pretext to keep them out of the tournament. Me as leader. I humbly accept this post. Great, he's on. I'm not sure I agree with Benimaru as leader, but hopefully you will reconsider after seeing my performance on the job. I will be happy to call myself part of the Big Four, Sir Rimuru. Shion was happy enough with it, too. I wasn't sure why the post gave her so much confidence, but if she was cool with it, we'd just leave her be. The Big Four. I aim to be strictly number 1 with you, Sir Rimuru. But I am still a new participant in your endeavors. I know it will not do to be greedy. For now, I will do whatever I can to approach your glory, Sir Rimuru. Was that a yes? Diablo could be such a handful sometimes. Regardless, they were all Big Four material. Pardon me. They were all Big Four material now. Thank you for accepting my appointments. Now, you may be wondering why I banned you from joining the tournament, but your Big Four posts are actually related to that. How so, sir? Well, you see, I'm having trouble picking someone for the 4th and final spot. I thought Soe would work well, but he's our covert agent. It wouldn't do to have him in public, so I fear he's not quite the right fit. I gauged my audience's response. They seemed convinced enough. I saw a few nods. Wow, if you look up full of shit in the dictionary, you'll find Rimuru's picture right next to it.
He's not made of
Absolutely.
slime, he's made of shit.
Yeah.
Why not Hakuro?
Thus, I thought we could have a friendly competition. The rest of you here may join the tournament, and whoever wins the championship can call themselves one of the Big Four in both name and substance. How about that? I pressed them for an answer. The meeting hall grew silent, everyone gauging how everyone else would approach this. But then I heard something unexpected from the crowd. I wanted to join, but tomorrow I must meet with Momiji for an outing, so I may guide her around town. But if you order it, Sir Rimuru. Hakuro, the guy I was counting on the most, recused himself out of nowhere. Someone as technically skilled as he was would be perfect for the job, but I guess the timing just didn't work out, and I wasn't about to order him to the arena. He really would have been the best person to gauge Masayuki's talents, but if I got in the way of a day out with his own daughter, he'd hate me for it. Oh no, that's quite important, Hakuro. If you break your promise with Momiji, she may never speak to you again. Well, I had a boss once who ditched an outing with his daughter for work reasons. He wailed about how it took a week before they were on speaking terms again. And here, meanwhile, we had a father and daughter who had only just reunited. If he broke a promise that early on with her. Besides, you're more like Benimaru's military advisor than Big Four material. A vice general of sorts. There's no urgent need for you out there. Hakuro nodded, the praise deeply moving him. Thus, for his own sake as well, I excused him from the tournament. So, which candidates remained? I have our science presentation to run, lamented Gabiru, but Sir Geld is stronger than I regardless. I will gladly leave this to him. Yeah, Geld was my last bet, wasn't he? Gabiru, busy with his own work, regretfully had to decline instead. He was placing his hopes and dreams on Geld. Very well, I will tap my full strengths to prevent the victory of this upstart Masayuki. He briskly nodded, answering the call. I had no issues with Geld's strength, of course, but as part of the Big Four? And all the glamour and glitz that suggested, I wasn't wild about that. I appointed Benimaru to lead the 2 problem children under him, but it seemed kind of mean to Geld to have him take the rear. But I'd worry about that later. For now, if he could just spar with Masayuki and see what he was capable of, perfect. As I thought about this, Rieger suddenly stood up and spoke. I can think of someone else suitable for the Big Four membership. Yes, you never knew what could happen in a tournament, depending on who you got paired with. Maybe having more than one participant on our side would be preferable. And if it was an A-ranker like Rieger, maybe making the recommendation, I could rest easy. Sure, I think Geld would be just fine, but who do you suggest? Sadly, my security duties prevent me from joining, but there is someone second only to me in terms of strength. Second to him? Oh, crap. And that is Gobta! Oh, great. Him, just as I feared, but the suggestion made Rieger nod vigorously. Yes, I'd have no complaint about Gobta representing us. Come on! He has proven to be quite a fine apprentice of mine. He's quick on his feet, and there's a vivid crispness to his moves. His core physical strength has not grown with his other traits, but his using this tournament as an opportunity to grow could prove very exciting for him.
You added a word there.
But using this tournament, sorry. Even Hakuro was pushing him. And I don't want to hear that from you. You've changed whole ass sentences, motherfucker.
That's fair.
Even Hakuro was pushing him. Even Hakuro was pushing for him. My core staff had no reaction. I thought about asking the man himself what he thought about it, but...
He's sleeping.
Good. Raring to go. No issues there, then. Gobta was in the tournament.
Gobta, if you don't have a problem, with being in the tournament, say something.
I wanted to end our meeting there, but someone else spoke up before I could. Master, I would like to join this test of skill as well. Ranga, who had woken up when I wasn't paying attention, popped his head out of my shadow, wagging his tail. You really can't, Ranga. This is mainly about armed combat, you know? Ah, yes, Molly Mile added. We do have at least one summoner in the mix, so a summoned creature or two is not out of the question. But I still think Sir Ranga's participation presents a few issues. This tournament was a test of strength and skill, and there was no question Ranga's qualifications there. Questioning Ranga's qualifications there. But his entry would deviate from the spirit of the competition a bit too much. Ranga looked reproachfully at Gobta as Molly Mile echoed my judgment. I knew he was downhearted, but I couldn't help him. I had to reluctantly put my foot down. In that case, I will give Sir Geld and Sir Gobta a bye in the first round and place them in the quarterfinal seedings. We have over 200 participants in this round, or in this tournament, so I think we'll begin by dividing them into 6 groups and staging a battle royale for each one. Wow, over 200 sounded like a lot. Tomorrow was the qualifiers, and the 8 people who emerged at the top of them would make it to the elimination round in the next day. The plan at first was to divide the participants into 8 groups and have each one duke it out all at once, the winner earning a quarterfinal seed. We couldn't devote a huge amount of time to the first round, after all. With Geld and Gobta guaranteed spots in the quarterfinals, however, we'd whittle that down to 6 bouts. All right, I'll be guiding visitors around for much of tomorrow. Molly, keep up the good work with this tournament. I'm on it, sir. I nodded back. That was good to hear. I knew I could rely on him. And one more thing. Diablo, you're pretty well known to the international press by now, right? Yes, my lord. I've invited them to the Founders Festival and am preparing measures to have them paint us in a positive light. I was already impressed with Diablo's thoroughness. There was no need to hide the guy or his powers any longer. In fact, a scary demon serving as referee for this tournament might even improve his reputation a little. Well, sorry for the trouble, but I want you to referee the matches. If I got Masayuki, Geld, and Gobta in this, I'm a little worried about having a hobgoblin as ref. Certainly. Perfect. If anything weird happened in the arena, I was sure Diablo would work something out. Right. Sorry to take up all of your time. I know it's late, but for now, get as much sleep as you can. Yes, sir. This time
Yes,
for
sir.
real.
Yes, sir.
The meeting came to a close. We all needed to get some sleep. The real thing was starting tomorrow.
Is it
Except
weird that
Gobta,
I
the
imagine
lazy
Diablo
ass.
in a freaking like
Well, it
like
is about
baseball referee outfit?
well, it is about 11 at night when they're having this meeting. So
Yeah, he's sleepy boy.
so there we go. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're finally starting chapter 2 next week. You can all file for chapter 11 then. We're stupid. But yeah,
Stupid.
okay. So the pre-gaming has finished.
What a
We
fucking
have
pre, dude.
we have finished with the pre-show. We get to finally start the festival in earnest tomorrow.
Mhm.
So
Who's Ernest?
Mhm.
Wait, tomorrow?
Ernest P. Whirl. Anyway, he's scared stupid.
Of course. But didn't he save Christmas?
Yep, and then he went to jail.
But after that, he went to camp, right?
No, that was before.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. Anyway, my cousin was in that movie, like at the very, very end.
Really?
Yeah, at the very, very
wow.
end.
That's pretty cool.
When they had all the scouts marching to camp. Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, dude, we're gonna be getting into chapter 2 next week. So we get to check out the actual Founders Festival. The next chapter is not nearly as long. It's 50 pages, so not nearly as bad.
We could probably
chapter
get through it
1.
next stream.
Oh, I see a cool picture with chapter 2 though.
Yeah, chapter 1 started on page 21, and it went all the way to like 104. Chapter 2 starts on page 107 and goes all the way to page freaking 158. So yeah, from 107 to 158. So that's much more manageable. We can probably finish that in about either 1 or 2 weeks. So we'll probably this took us 3 weeks to go through chapter 1, and that's because chapter 1 was a beefy boy. Like, it was no joke. It was a chonky boy. And keep in mind that technically chapter 1 was actually the beginning and chapter 1, so this was technically our chapter 1. So that's like 104 pages. And then this is chapter 2. That's nothing. I think we'll get through that next week.
Yeah.
I think
pretty
we can
much.
probably do that.
Pretty
because
clean.
we went through probably about like 40 pages today, somewhere around that.
Yeah.
I think we'll probably get through this next week, and then chapter 3. Now that one is probably going to take us about a week as well, because this is chapter 3, and that's so we'll probably get through a big chunk of that. Now chapter 4, that's probably going to be another week in itself. So over the next 3 weeks, we'll probably get through here. So we've got 5 chapters through here. So, yeah, chapter 4. Okay, so chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5. So we're probably going to have 1 week, 2 week, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So in the next month, we'll probably be done with the book.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Yeah, so we'll probably before we
That
go
was
on
never
break
rushed.
for the year, we'll be done with this book. So I would say we'll probably finish this book, and then like before we go on break for the year, we'll probably do something stupid for the end of the year. We'll get together for like a Monday and just be like, let's do like a silly holiday stream. Let's do like a dumb
Let's
Mimi
make a slime
Minecraft.
farm in
Let's
Minecraft.
do
yeah.
let's do like a Mimi Minecraft thing or something, or let's go
Can we
raid
have
or something.
Juice be involved?
Juice?
Juice. You know what I mean.
Why does it have to, so long as it's not
I don't know what
the
juice you mean.
followed by the word juice? Because Kanye already got in trouble for that.
Oh yeah.
No, it ain't that.
You can't say the word the followed by the word the juice.
Yeah.
Cause like he already got in a lot of trouble for that. Yeah, okay. All right. we're
No,
good.
it's not the juice, just juice.
I know. Well, all right,
What
because
does
if
he
you
mean
say
by quotes?
here's the thing, because either when you say the juice, you're either being anti-Semitic or potentially you could get stabbed by the guy who once we all know he actually killed his wife. Come on, man. We know the juice killed his wife. Come on, man. OJ did it. The juice.
Jesus Christ.
OJ did it. All right. We're just messing with you, dude. All right, we're just messing around.
Yeah.
Don't stab me, OJ. Don't stab me, OJ. Leave me be. That
Right.
man, that bro. All right, here's the thing. I know people are saying it was controversial. I watched, and I'm not the only one that watched it, but I watched the Dave Chappelle Saturday Night Live cold open. Bro, it's not nearly as controversial as people were sitting there trying to make it out to be. The shit he said was nowhere near as controversial. Y'all need to calm the fuck down. Bro, I've heard a lot of really messed up shit that was said lately. That man did not say some messed up or anti-Semitic or terrible shit. He did not. And there are people that are quick to point out some hot takes that were like, he didn't say some messed up. Like, there are people that are quick to call some people out on some shit that I'm like, that's kind of borderline. I don't know if that are usually quick to be like, oh no, he said some messed up shit. There are even the people that are quick to point that shit out were like, nah, man, he didn't say that. He didn't do that. Like, so come on, man, y'all calm down. Y'all, he's telling some jokes. Y'all calm down, be funny, lighten up. Dave Chappelle just telling some damn jokes.
As he does.
As he do. He's a comedian. He pushes boundaries. It's what he does. Y'all need to calm the fuck down. Calm the fuck. I'm not saying that I agree with everything the man does and says, but I don't think he was out there trying to hurt nobody in their fifis this time. Okay, you know, calm down. I'm just saying, here's the thing. Also, if you haven't seen it, here's my thing. Go watch it. Make up your own fucking mind about it. You know? Don't get in your fifis about something you haven't even seen. Just go watch it and, you know, be a grown ass human being and make up your own
I just like that.
mind. All right.
For once in your life.
That having been said, guys, thank you so much for coming by and watching a little bit of our ignorant butts watch some slime stuff.
It was fun.
We
I
were
hope you all enjoyed my interpretation of Diablo this evening.
It's me, Diablo.
It's me. Hello, it is me, Creepy Yoda. I mean Diablo. Mm.
No, you gotta I wanted
Creepy Yoda, I am.
That one the most.
Creepy Yoda, I
When
am.
we have Yoda, we have to read the paragraph back.
Creepy Yoda, I am.
Yep.
Creepy Yoda, I am.
Got you.
Got you.
Yoda,
Yoda doesn't actually talk like that too.
Creepy Yoda, I am. Stick my finger in your butt, I will.
Yeah, we don't want that. That's
It's
even
good,
that's,
I like
that's
it.
the dark side. Even I'm not gonna.
Why he wanted the Jedi extinct? You see now he did.
Yes. You see, they were you
Funny,
This
joke.
one.
Funny joke.
Oh god, he's like doing a finishing move.
That's the real reason. That's the real reason why Palpy wanted the Jedi extinguished a long time ago. Once upon a time, Yoda shoved a finger up his butt. Funny joke.
This is why Yoda should never retire from the Force.
Yeah,
Because
good.
green lives matter. Funny joke. All right.
I'm gonna go. You know what? There's some Black Friday deals coming up. I'm gonna go to the Darth Maul after this stream. All right.
Funny joke. All right. You guys have a good one.
Shoes and all that.
All right. You guys have a good one. We'll talk to you later. Bye.